Live from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. The fabulous Ariel Helwani show has hit the road and the team is in Sin City for International Fight Week. Now, put your hands together for your host, Ariel Helwani.
Back in your life on this Wednesday, July 8, 2026. Hello again, everyone. I sure hope you're doing well. It is great to see you all from our makeshift Las Vegas studio right here in the Venetian at the Yahoo Sportsbook. How great is this? You know, we were here some almost 2 years ago to kick off Uncrowned. It's so great to be back here inside the fan caves. They call it fan caves. We got the sports book right over there in back of me. A lot of people watching tennis, baseball, obviously World Cup, no World Cup today. But we are here for International Fight Week, the return of Conor McGregor. 5 years in the making, going up against Max Holloway. There is so much to be excited about, so much to do. We're going to be here today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. We had the beat yesterday. Hope you enjoyed that. But man, so many big plans, so many big names, so many guests. I love when we're able to take the show on the road, and I am continuously in awe of the team, the whole team, led by Andy, Frank, Rick, Jordan, GC. We've got some new members of the squad here as well, Preston, Jordan. We've got Rob here. We have Pizzi in the house as well. We've got people manning the battleship from back home. Ben, Spencer, the whole squad, Jake, Kel, everyone who helps us out. I'm probably forgetting a name or two, but I can't thank you all enough because this looks easy. I just kind of show up, book a few guests, sit here and talk. It is not easy to pick up a show and just plop it in the middle of the Las Vegas desert and just do it for the next 5 weeks. I take it for granted. I'm sure you do as well. I'm infinitely and eternally grateful for all the hard work that went into doing this, getting it off the ground, making it happen here today. And what a time to be alive, because on this July 8th, 2026, I am celebrating, my friends, my 44th birthday. Yes, that is right. My Landry Shamet year, my Hank Aaron year. I mean, what's better than this? Spending my birthday, my mom told me today, and of course, I always think that a birthday is a special day for mothers and fathers as well. It's their day as well. It's their celebration. They made me. And as I said, time and again, my mom saved my life. My mom had to lay in bed for about 6 months. Doctors told her, if you go out and about, baby's gone. And she did that, and she says she would do it every single day. Obviously, no regrets. It would be weird if she told me there were any regrets doing that. And so I owe her everything. And so I thank my parents for this life that they've given me. Thank my family as well. And I'm feeling better than ever. 44, thank God, healthy. I think I got all my friends here. My mom said, I'm sorry you're alone on your birthday. I said, I'm not alone. I'm here with my best friends who just so happen to be my colleagues. I mean, how great is that? And we're going to be doing a lot of fun things here. We get to work and cover a massive fight week, a massive fight. We got the MMA awards later tonight, Uncrowned, this show, myself, Ben Folks nominated. That's amazing. I just feel so grateful. I feel so appreciative, so happy to be here. And yeah, sometimes I miss these fight weeks, but it's different now. Now we don't have to be a part of the traveling circus. Now we don't have to be like everyone else. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but the dream was always to have our own thing. And so to see how far this show has come, and how, guests come to us and we're able to give you a sort of different look on things, a different outlook, a bird's eye view as to what's happening from our perspective. It's just amazing. So later in the show, Pizzi will be here, Rick will be here, Connor will be here. Frank is here. Frank, you there?
Yeah, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Frank. And it is worth noting, as far as, I know a lot of people are worried about this, Frank was number one to send a text. He wins that award. We have to be honest. We have to call it like it is. We got a text from GC, waiting for other texts, waiting for other messages, other well wishes.
What are you talking about? You got an in-person hug.
I got an in-person hug from Andy. That was nice. Jordan tried to do the thing where like you
Okay,
hit the
do we
home
do
run
we
and
want
you go
to
down the
break
steps.
the
Yeah,
fourth
go ahead.
wall?
Break it.
You know, GC was like, why don't we just no sell it? And I was like,
No,
all right, man, that's cool. I'm down with it. He said, you walk in, you're like, GC already told me.
it's true. And I like the idea. I was curious how long you guys would be able to keep it up. I don't think Rick even hit me with the HBD in person, which I think is really interesting. Usually he does the HBD thing. A good friend of mine hit me with the, you know, the emoji, like the dude with the hat and like the. I just got that, which I thought was a little bit weak. Like I thought HBD was the least you could do. Just sending the emoji with nothing attached, like no written sentiment, I think is a little lazy, if I'm being honest. But look, the day is young. There's a lot more time left, and so yes, the cutoff is usually 10 a.m. Well, it's past 10 a.m. Pacific, so they've missed 2 cutoffs now, if you haven't said anything. But that's okay. That's okay. We're very, very happy. We're very grateful. We're very appreciative. The Knicks are champions. The Knicks are champions. My sister said, what more could you ask for? And I said, you're 100% right. Health and the Knicks are champions. And then my sister-in-law said, well, what about the Bills? And I said, if the Bills do it, then we die in peace. We don't even make it to 45 at that point. So peace and love, peace and love. Today's program is a great one. We're going to have in-studio guests for the entire week, my friends, and I cannot wait. And a reminder, by the way, that on Friday we're doing the live show right here in Vegas with DJ 730, Mama Rabbit. It's going to be amazing after the ceremonial weigh-ins. There's the information right there, right next door to T-Mobile, Park MGM, myself, Demetrius Johnson, your final stop before UFC 329. I also want to remind you that today's program is brought to you by our good friends over at Kalshi. We love Kalshi around these parts, and I do want to let you know that if you use the code Helwani when you sign up, you get $10 when you spend $10. No one gave me the text here, but there it is. Helwani hooks you up with $10 on Kalshi. Use that code right over there. They're the number one at what they do. Make predictions on sports, politics, and more. Trade $10 to unlock. Use the code Helwani, and they hook you up. We appreciate their support very much. There's all kinds of talk about McGregor's numbers. I saw this yesterday on Kalshi. Will Conor McGregor? Okay, wait. No. That's not it. But I can tell you that if you're putting money on the fights this weekend, if you use a traditional sports book, $200 on Max Holloway gets you 86. On Kalshi, $200 on Holloway makes you 100. Kalshi is the best way to trade on sports. Since it's peer-to-peer and they aren't the house, they offer better odds, live trading, and don't limit you like a traditional sports book. Use code Helwani, that's HELWANI, to get $20. No, not $20, $10. I got excited there when you sign up and trade. So there it is. There's the QR code. Back into the show, we're going to be joined by one of the best coaches in the game, Eric Nicksick, the head man over at Xtreme Couture, one of his fighters, Kai Kamaka III, fighting on this card Saturday, UFC 329 against Luke Riley. Obviously, Manel Kape is one of his guys. Obviously, Sean Strickland, one of his guys. Obviously, Francis Ngannou, one of his guys. One of the absolute best. He'll join us at around 3:30 Eastern. Prior to that, one of the best nutritionists in the game, Tyler Minton, is going to join us. Why today? Because he's Max's guy. And I think this is a very interesting story. How is Max going to move up to 170 in a healthy manner? How is it not going to deter him? Obviously, there was a lot of talk about Alex Pereira moving up, fight at heavyweight. Did he do it right? Did he not do it right? Tyler's been with Max and the team in Hawaii. They're obviously here in Las Vegas now. We'll get his perspective on one of the more underrated storylines heading into this fight on Saturday. Max Holloway, Conor McGregor, 170 pounds, main event for UFC 329. Conor McGregor's longtime manager / agent, Audie Attar, head man over at Paradigm, has been with him since essentially the very beginning of his UFC run. Also, looks after the likes of Rico Verhoeven, Dakota Ditcheva, Michael Venom Page, and so many others. Been in the game for well over a decade. Want to talk to him about the making of this fight, the contract, all that and more. So he's going to be joining us. And in a matter of seconds, the head man over at SBG Ireland, the man who has been by Conor's side from the very, very beginning, all those UFC fights, all those Cage Warriors fights, everything, the one and only John Kavanagh, going to be joining us in studio. So there's your quartet of guests in studio. We're here at the Venetian. the Yahoo Sportsbook, the fan caves. We're doing it. I love it. I'm so excited, and I don't want to waste any time. I do believe our first guest is here. There he is, the man himself, the head man over at SPG Ireland, the sensei. We'll set you up, Mr. John Kavanagh. How are you, sir?
Very fast.
How are you? Yeah, he's got ninja-like quickness over there, Mr.
What
Conor.
is it? No, Brehe Sonadich.
What is that?
That's happy birthday in Irish.
Oh my gosh! Say it again. Say it again. Speaking to the microphone, if you don't mind. Here, let me help you. He did it so fast.
He was very quick, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. What was that? What was that?
La Brehe Sonadich.
That's Gaelic.
That's Gaelic. Happy birthday.
Thank you, my friend. How about this? First guest on this massive fight week for us on my birthday. It's you. This is probably one of the greatest honors of your
Stars
career,
align.
right?
Stars align.
Unbelievable. It's so good to see you.
Isn't it?
It's amazing. It's like you
Feels
never left
great.
the
It
scene,
feels
right?
great.
Do you feel comfortable?
I do.
Okay, we're gonna play poker after. I'm
Oh,
kidding. No,
I
but
don't know how to play.
No, neither do I. But we tried to make it very.
It looks
Vegas.
very cool. Looks very cool.
Can I ask, what is it like? What is it like? Because I asked you about this on text. The nostalgia. You've done this before in this city, this venue. Does it feel nostalgic? What are the emotions? What are the feelings as you embark on like the real fight week here? It's really about to commence with the media stuff and all that comes involved.
This
with
is
Conor
the
fight.
beginning for me because this is my first time coming into the Strip.
Oh.
I've just been staying outside, so even just walking through the casino today, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. So and then there's more media today and press
course.
conference on Thursday. So it's yeah, it doesn't feel like as long as it's been, but it has been.
It feels
Wow.
shorter.
It feels shorter.
Okay. It feels familiar. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it feel like, are there nerves involved? Like, how would you describe it? Because you've done this so many times, in particular in this city. You guys didn't really, once he made it, it was always in Las Vegas for the most part, the odd Abu Dhabi, etc. But this was the spot for all those magical nights.
Yeah, I think there was, his first set of interviews come out yesterday, and a lot of comments about him, this kind of calm
Yeah.
aura around him. And what I would say is that fight week can be quite enjoyable if you've done everything in the lead up to it. If for the last couple of months you've lived a certain way, you've made every session, you've pushed yourself to the limit, you come into fight week, training tapers down, and it can be, it's almost like you're getting a rest, you're getting a break. And if you've done all those sessions, then anxiety melts away. As Conor would say himself, the solution to anxiety is movement. So if you've done all the work, Saturday night is already written into the stars. The decision's already out there. And I think not only him, but we all feel the same way too. So you kind of get to be a bit calmer, a bit more relaxed, and enjoy the whole process.
There's a lot of people who tried to find signs and look at things. And yesterday, before he showed up to sign the autographs and all that stuff, and some of the media, they're like, he's not unembedded. He's not, where is he? And then he shows up and he does that. And I have to admit, like, I'm trying to look as well. And he's standing there and he's just like signing and he's signing. And he seems calm, but I don't know if he was, here he is right over here. Like, I don't know, is he enjoying this? Is he not? We overanalyze every single thing.
Yeah.
So where is he? Like, who is that guy there? Where is he at?
Yeah, well, there's a great, I've told people about this and now I struggle to find it. I think it was BT Sports did it. And they made like a cartoon about it, and it's him talking about the whole of Fight Week is all about.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Remember that? He's
Yeah.
like technology
Yes.
and everything. So, no, but look, he's in a really good space, and I'll apologise. I maybe had a part in him being a bit late arriving because we were originally going to come in on Friday, and we're up in Newport, and it's so beautiful, and I might have suggested, why don't we stay here another few days and just go in at the last moment because the weather was, the climate's perfect. We got a few extra training sessions done over that weekend, which I feel if we had to come into Vegas, we may not have. So I think it worked out well. And then, because the weather here is, it's different gravy.
Right. Was there a point where you thought this would never happen again? That you guys would never?
I knew you'd ask me that question, and I'm trying to be honest with my answer. That it wasn't really a thought in my head either way. You're just living your life.
Yeah.
And I have a big fight team, a family, 2 boys, and a few things that I'm busy with. So I never really sat around kind of pondering, will we or won't we? You're just living day by day, and then he's always in the gym, or we're always in contact, and then, hey, we have you know, as it's out there now, we have Prates was the first opponent. Okay, we're fighting Prates. Let's get going. Da da da. And yeah, I never gave myself the time to think about, will it happen?
How did you feel about the Prates fight?
Tough, you know. I knew it was going to be a hard fight. But, you know, you keep your confidence, you start game planning, you start training, you start studying. But it didn't, I'll get ordered it wrong, but I can't remember. It didn't seem that it was all that long into it, and then suddenly it was Max. So, yeah, you know, whoever it is, as Conor would say.
Which one did you prefer?
I suppose there's a familiarity with Max. We've already faced him, and I don't know, rematches. There's something kind of cool about it. There's a storyline. Obviously, Max wants to get it back. They met. Both of them were, well, Max was, I think he was on the 6th UFC fight, so he was quite a bit more experienced in the UFC than Conor. Conor was a few years older. Yeah, it's a good storyline. So
you say there's a familiarity, but when you fought him, it was 13 years ago. So, like, is that the same guy? I know you guys did a video, you and Owen Roddy, watching it for Mac Life. And that's great, and that's great content. But is there any familiarity? It's the same person, obviously, but
yeah,
he has come such a long way since then, right?
Yeah, no, he has. Look, of course, and as Conor, they both have developed as the years have gone past. Actually, you know, one thing I would there's obvious things you would compliment Max on, but one that really struck me is that his mindset and his self-confidence, because when they fought the first time, you know, it went really bad. First 2 rounds, he's getting controlled on the feet and on the ground quite easily. And then near the end of round 2, I love that there's a video of Max talking about he hears the knee popping, Conor screams, and he says, "Are you okay?" And Conor's like, yeah, keep fighting. And they fight away. So, you know, coming out into round 3, Max knew he was fighting a guy on one leg, and yet still got control quite easily in the 3rd round. So for him to be able to have the mental strength to kind of flip that and be able to have a lot of confidence coming into the rematch, I think that's very impressive.
Okay, so who is Max Holloway in your opinion now?
Can I be annoying?
Do you want water?
Well, my mouth is so dry.
Boom. I was ready for it.
Thank you.
And I'll ask the question while you take a sip. Who is Max Holloway now? Because he was on some kind of run. You know, the knockout of Justin Gaethje, what he did against Poirier, all that stuff and more. And then all of a sudden, Charles Oliveira in March. And it wasn't like he got beat up by Charles Oliveira, but he got controlled, dominated, and it was an exciting fight. And a lot of people were frustrated, and he was frustrated.
Yeah.
And so do you chalk that up to it was just a bad style matchup for him? Or do you chalk it up to at some point everyone hits a decline? Like, who was that guy? And who's this guy that you're fighting?
I wouldn't think anything about decline. I think it was just a terrible matchup.
Okay.
You know, I don't think it was the most surprising outcome either. Like, you know, in the lead up, you read some of the comments, and it did seem to be not maybe, what would you say, predicted, or a lot of people were saying that this could go that way. You know, Max has shown, I think he's only been submitted once. He's got very good submission defense, but he can be controlled a little bit on the ground. He wouldn't be the absolute best at being able to scramble up in the world, but he's absolutely rock solid submission defense. He's very, very hard to finish. So for Charles, being such a strong grappler, to be able to pin him and control him, you know, didn't do a massive amount of damage, or didn't have many submission attempts as far as I remember. And, you know, you could see Max just kind of shrugging his shoulders as the rounds are gone by. Like, there's not much he can do about it. But, yeah, besides being just a terrible matchup, I wouldn't really look too deep into it.
How big is 170? Him never fighting at 170. You guys have fought at 170. Like,
it's big. It is big, and I mightn't have thought that until Conor did it. You know, it's kind of funny. His last 3 fights, he had the 170 fight with Cowboy, absolute destruction. You know, looked incredible. Then I was in him anymore. Not to make any excuses, but I just think 170 suits him a lot better, and he has more experience there. He's hit. I'm not sure if Cowboy Max hasn't. To that weight class, obviously he's sparring. What's his name? Jack
Della, yeah.
JDM, and but there's sparring and there's fighting, so yeah, that'll be different for him.
What I'm curious about it is sometimes when we see someone make that jump, I remember when we were saying back in the day 155 was too big for Max Holloway. So now we're at 170, and sometimes you don't push yourself as much. You're a little more relaxed with the diet, things like that. That's why we have his nutritionist coming later today, because I'm curious what the game plan was.
Oh,
yes.
I see Tyler there. I didn't realize he was his nutritionist.
Yeah. That's why he's coming on. So I'm curious what the game plan is, what the science is, all that and more.
Well, certainly if he has Tyler, Tyler's one of the best.
Okay.
No doubt about it.
So you're not putting any stock into that, thinking like,
no, it wouldn't really be that side of things. I'm sure he trained hard, and I know Tyler is excellent at what he does, but there's been hit by 170 guys in a competitive environment with 4-ounce gloves, and then there's been hit by Conor McGregor in a competitive environment with 4-ounce gloves. So the first minute alone will tell us a lot, but yeah, it's more dealing with that. Dealing with the extra power, as opposed to, like I said, Max is famously hardworking, so I just don't see that being any issue for him.
Every time we talk about this story with Conor, we always mention 5 years, and sort of gloss over the fact that you guys went through pretty much a whole training camp to fight Michael Chandler. And I get annoyed sometimes when people were not believing that this fight was going to actually happen because of the way that played out. And I remind them that it's the only time Conor's ever pulled out of a fight. And in fact, there were times where he had injured knees and he fought, et cetera, et cetera. And so when Conor speaks of it, he always says, I noticed there was a lapse in judgment, right, in training. And so you were obviously there. Actually, I think footage came out very recently on Countdown of it happening. And so what's your recollection of what happened? And when he says lapse in judgment, how do you explain that? Like, injuries happen all the time. Why would that be a lapse in judgment necessarily?
Well, I'll say it more bluntly than he will. I should have had the protective gear on both guys from the start. The beginning of it was a little bit rushed. It's different when you're sparring and sparring for whatever they were, embedded or countdown, and it was a bit sort of haphazard. And what are we doing? Okay, you two, look, we'll just move around for the cameras, but it's also a spar. Like, it just wasn't done right. Like, we've had them back. I don't know if the footage has come out of on the spar that they came back for this time, and like, it's head to toe, it's proper warm up, it's proper equipment. It's going in with the mindset that we're sparring. We're not sparring for video footage. So yeah, look, I'll put my hand up. I should have had all the gear on them, and I didn't. And he awkwardly caught Perel Tristan's elbow, fellow Canadian. And yeah, that happened very early. I think I've seen the footage, and they only show a few seconds, but that happened in the first minute or so of round one. And he kind of whispered to me in between the rounds that he feels his toes broke, and I'm trying to stop it. And he insisted on doing the next 4 rounds. He did 5 rounds, because you can kind of run on adrenaline a little bit. But yeah, it was nasty. It was, you've seen the pictures of the bad break, and if you did a middle toe, it's one thing, but if you ask people who are experts in kinesiology and movement and physios, they'll say the foot makes like a V, like a triangle: big toe, little toe, heel, and they're the 3 areas that will determine your balance. And as he said himself, he's done plenty of fights where he's hobbled in there, and he was just tired of doing that. He says, "No, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right." And said, "Right, let's get the foot right, and we'll go again." So
you assume that responsibility.
Yes.
How did it feel afterwards? Like,
sick.
Right.
Really, really sick.
Because he's the one that gets all the heat, because he's the guy who pulled out.
Yeah.
But you feel like it was something that
it was my fault.
Avoided.
It was my fault. I'm not going to beat around the bush on it. Should have had the gear on them. So we've been super careful this training camp. He is not a niggle on him, not a bump, not a bruise, 100%, and we'll get to see the best version of him.
Did that affect you guys? Was he mad at you? Did he blame it on you?
No, he like I said, I heard him saying something along the lines of like that. He wasn't mentally. I'm going to get the quote wrong, but it was like he was assuming the fault, and you know, it wasn't. It was mine. So what can I say?
It seemed like for maybe the last year or so, he's been hinting at wanting to come back. And for whatever reason, it's always like this with him in the UFC. They take their time. I have my theories as to why they took their time. End of the ESPN deal, all that stuff. They wanted him to fight on Paramount. But are you sensing that from him as well? Like, when did you start to believe that this was a real thing, that he really did want to come back? Because there's also a theory out there, you've got all this money, you don't really need to come back, you've done it all.
Yeah.
Like, just go enjoy your life.
Well, certainly when he moved into the gym.
Like, literally moved in.
He literally moved in. I had a storage room, and he asked, could he put a bed in it? And I was like, sure.
Sleeping there.
Yeah.
He has probably a mansion.
He does.
And how long ago was this?
Christmas.
Wow. Because when I hear him say moved in, I just sort of chalk it up to like, I hang out there a lot.
Yeah. I'll tell you a quick funny story. We had Stun Gun visit.
Yes,
from
Dungan and Kim.
Korea. And it was early morning, like 10 a.m. or so. And he's downstairs at reception. And I'm chatting to him. And he's talking about Conor. He's a big inspiration. Conor inspired him, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, do you want to say hello to him? And he was shocked. He goes, what do you mean, say hello to him? I said, well, he's upstairs. And there's a few of them there, media and everything. They're all looking at you. Conor McGregor's upstairs. I said, yeah, I'll get him. So I go upstairs and I knock on him, and he comes down in his Gucci robe. It's on Kim's YouTube channel. But yeah, that was kind of funny.
So he's just living there?
Yeah.
Does he go back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of nights of the week he was sleeping there, especially on sparring days, because well, for him it's early, 11 a.m. So he can get up at 10:45. No, actually he's getting up earlier than that because, like I said, we're trying to make sure we did everything right for the last 6 months.
Why does he have to live there?
It was a certain mindset, a certain mindset that comes with that. You're in that environment from 6 a.m. The gym is loud and busy. So yeah, I just thought he was, a bit of a Rocky Tree moment,
Okay.
Go back, get the eye of the tiger.
Is that a thing where he says, I want to do it, what do you think? Or is he just saying, I'm doing this?
Yeah, a bit of both. Like, he'd obviously ask permission. It's my gym. But I thought it was a great idea, so I said.
Did you think he would?
I get a free security guard?
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Was it from Christmas on, like up until the whole?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you think he would stick with it?
No.
No. How long did you think it would last? Like a week?
A day.
A day. Wow. Yeah. So what did this tell you?
A lot. So we did about 3 or 4 months of that. Now, I will be honest and say in the last 2 months, it didn't happen because we started all switching to West Coast time. So we were training much, much later, which meant he didn't have to be getting up early.
Got it.
So we did switch for the last couple of months to training at his house. He has a full UFC gym in his house. But yeah, those first couple of months of him doing it was like, all right. Now I am often sent and reminded of me, was it a couple of years ago, saying he'll definitely fight this year, and I was wrong. But anyway, look, here we are.
Yeah.
Fight week. We're a few days out. He's in a fantastic place. Everything is on track. Weight's easy. The camp has been fantastic. We have over the last few years, I kind of feel there's like certain themes to each fight. Eddie Alvarez, we kept using the word perfection. Diaz 2, we kept using the word relentless. And the word I have for this camp is communication. Our communication has been the best for this camp than it's ever been, I think. Might sound a bit weird to say that, we're 20 odd years friends and coach athletes, but we've gone through patches of not having great communication, or maybe it's something we just, I don't know why, but for this one anyway, it's just been incredible. Just very open, I remember his very first check-in with Bert
Watson.
Bert Watson.
Back in the day.
Okay. Actually, I recorded it on my phone. It's on MacLife or something. And anyway,
in Sweden.
In Sweden. And Bert said something, and it just stuck with me. And he said, "If it's in here, I want it in here." He was saying to Conor, like, if you're thinking anything, you make sure you tell me.
Ah.
And I was like, that's I like the way he's putting that. And like I said, we've had patches of that being great and not so great, and these last few months have just been so just black and white with each other and just honest. And as soon as we're thinking something, we're saying it. And I think that's kind of true for a lot of things, right? Like, they don't have arguments, silly arguments I see in my gym because I can see the communication is off, or you read a text the wrong way. That's And the neurologist pulled me aside at the end of the assessment and said, his greatest weapon is not his left hand. I was like, what? And he's like, it's his fast brain. He's got an unusually fast brain. And, I realized over the years that sometimes his frustration with people around him is that he's thinking so fast, and then he gets annoyed that you're not able to keep up with him. And then he finds it hard to communicate that. Like, it's some examples might be like, he's already thinking of what the next shot on the pad should be, but you haven't thought of it yet. And it can annoy him. It sounds weird, baby.
No, I get it.
And I get it. And this one, I really got it. And it really made things a lot easier to be able to quickly change things or just understanding that really well. So, it's just, and I know Audie's coming in now. You could ask him about as well, because we've both said it to each other over the last few months that it's just great, the level of communication between us all, that, in that core team. And, it makes things a lot easier.
I remember you telling me one time, I don't remember the fight off the top of my head, but you were like 2 ships in the night. Like that was probably Khabib. Wow, okay, yeah. Like, there was no communication. Yes, now I remember. We were talking on Long Island at the Bellator show. So this is the complete opposite, probably.
Yes. Yeah, very much so.
Speaking, chatting, texting, breakdowns.
Just everything. And I think I'm getting a little bit, we're together a long time, but I'm getting even better at I sort of understand what he's thinking before he says it, and we're kind of have a good sync going now. But yeah, look, just in general, communication has been great.
You were talking about the Burt Watson story, Sweden. I remember the root canal, right?
God,
that's a great video blog. On yours, maybe, or his. You did a whole series of interviews in the locker room.
I put up the story as like before there was Dave and Graham. Now he has a professional team. It was me and my little my Nokia
in the back. I'll never forget, and I might have brought this up in the past, so forgive me if you've heard this before, but I'll never ever ever forget the second fight. Obviously, Holloway, right? Holloway's the second fight in the UFC, so August of 2013. I'll never forget UFC media, they make us do stuff. Ultimate Fighter was going to debut later that month. This was the first show on FS1. And so they invited the media to go watch the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter from a movie theater in Boston. And so we're all there. And who's sitting all the way in the back? You and him.
Oh, yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
You guys just showed up.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys, like, it felt like you just wanted to take everything in. You wanted to. It was all still very new to you.
Yes.
It was your first fight in the States together.
Yeah.
In the UFC, and we obviously recognized he was a huge deal by that point. And there was something about the fact that, like, this had nothing to do with you, this show, but you guys just wanted to take it all in. You hung out with us. You talked to us. Do you remember this?
I do indeed. Yeah.
Simpler times.
But the mindset, I know. Kind of now, like, actually, funnily enough, we did go to the cinema a couple of weeks ago, just the two of us.
Wow.
And
with other people there, or are you close?
Just us two.
Okay. No, but like, are there?
Oh, there was other people there.
Wow.
And it was funny because the movie's starting, and Conor has a pretty distinctive laugh.
Uh-huh.
And I said something and he laughed, and I heard someone behind me going, "Your man sounds exactly like Conor McGregor." Like, and I'm kind of smiling to myself. And then the ads are on. And there's one ad appears, and he goes, "I did a movie with him," and it was Roadhouse. It was the guy who played the bad guy's son.
Okay.
And just one or two heads kind of turning around. But yeah, no, the point I was going to say, like, simple things like that are very difficult to do now. Usually it causes a lot of commotion.
Yes.
But the interest in MMA has not waned one bit, and he still would be interested in going to see the opening season of my fighter, or whatever the case may be. But back then, we could do anything we wanted, go anywhere without team of security.
Right. No, it was just you two.
Else.
You literally had no one else with you.
Yeah. But I seen, I think it was yesterday, he was in an interview, and he said something like, "Why am I back?" And it's the love of the game. And that's one constant throughout the few decades. It's the love of MMA, competition, technique, whatever way you want to describe it. That hasn't gone away one bit.
I was literally going to just ask you that question because I asked him about motivation. He's been asked about motivation.
Yeah.
Historically, you're out for 5 years, you come off an injury like that, and then a secondary injury. You've got the money, the silk pajamas, the boat, the house, everything. This doesn't go well historically because you just don't have the same motivation. And so what do you feel like he says love of the game. What do you feel is the motivation?
Yeah, no, it really is that simple. And like one thing I'd always say is that if you look at some, I don't want to disparage any fighters or boxers. I think I see it more in boxing, but like maybe getting very overweight in between fights, or if they take a couple of years off, really being heavy.
Yeah.
And then it seems like most of their training is just trying to get themselves into the weight class, never mind improving or training. Whereas, I mean, I challenge you to find a picture of Conor fat. He's maybe pride is too big. But, no matter what he's doing, always has the chef with him, always eating perfect, always has the doc with him, getting his exercise in. So he's always ready to slip back into that MMA training, even though he's always doing it, but certainly doing it to obviously a much more intense extent these last 8 or 9 months. But yeah, I'm sure any MMA coach will tell you the same, that it's a hell of a lot easier to do this if the athlete is in near fighting weight, in good physical shape already, and then you slip back into MMA training. And I think you only would do that if you have a love of the game.
Needless to say, last couple of years tumultuous for him, and you don't have to answer for any of that. This is his story. But this is a friend of yours, and you're still by his side. You're still supporting him, coaching him, and that's one thing that should be said about him. It's all the same people around him, right? Mm-hmm. No new faces necessarily. Maybe people added, but no one's been replaced, from the coaches to the management and whatnot. To see him go through a lot of things, to see him go through stuff, public stuff, even the sentiment, I feel like at times in Ireland has shifted a little bit. How do you deal with that? How do you internalize that?
If I'm being honest, like, he's, we obviously have a coach-fighter relationship. But he's also my friend for more than 20 years. So I don't get it when people say about sticking by somebody. Do you not stick by a friend during hard times, or is it only during good times? So of course I'm going to stick by him during whatever times, good times, bad times. And there's been both. But yeah, I never understand the mentality of someone saying, "Why you just stick by him?" Like, yeah, you're going to stick by your friend if he's going through a tough time, and he has. And it's great to see him. He's in a fantastic spot at the moment, and long may it continue. But yeah, for me, there was never any.
You never wavered on that?
No.
Was there ever a time where you thought you might lose him? Lose him just like it would just go so completely left that you would never get him back, even as a friend?
Maybe there would have been moments, but not something you dwell on, and you always hope it can turn around. And we always they probably don't go more than a week or two without being in contact, even if he's doing a movie and he's away for 6 months. We're still, I know I tell this every time, we still have exchanges about some fight that's on the weekend, or some technical sequence or whatever. So because of that sort of constant contact, it's never felt that it wasn't going to continue for forever, So no.
I do wonder, you have like a big brother like relationship with him. You've told the story about going to his home and his mother and getting him out of bed and all this stuff. You're his coach as far as fighting is concerned, but and that he leans on you? Do you feel, as a big brother? He doesn't have a big brother.
I see you've got Eric
Yeah.
coming in here. He'll tell you the same, I'm sure, is that the coaching part is the easy part. The stuff inside the gym, like for me, MMA is pretty simple. It's not the most complicated thing in the world. It's the real job of it all is to try and keep it all going. And that's not just with Conor. That's with all fighters. I imagine someone like
Yes.
But no, look, and that's just part of it's an all-encompassing role. You're a bit of a big brother, you're a bit of a coach, a bit of a psychologist, you're obviously a friend. So that's just part of it,
This New York Times story that came out, what did you make of it? I spoke to him about it. I felt like it was more of a story on the doctor involved than him. He's been quite open about the fact that he needed to get back to 100%, and he's going to do whatever he can to get back to 100%. A take on it about what was reported and about how he went about trying to get to 100%.
Yeah, he's out of the testing pool. He's a private citizen, or whatever way you want to word it, and somebody is leaking. Or I didn't actually follow it 100%, but I think personal medical documents were leaked or something like that. I mean, that person should be in jail or sued to the ends of the earth anyway. It'd be different if he was in the testing pool. He wasn't. And like he said, he was just following doctor's advice. This is what you've got to do in order to get back. He did it. I think this year now he's, again, the most tested athlete on the roster. Yeah, so, I don't know. Mainstream media.
Do you have concerns about the leg, about how it's healed?
Not watching him spar the last couple of months. That's for sure.
There's nothing that it's precluded him from doing?
No.
Okay.
No, thankfully.
What about the fighting style, the stance?
Now we're into classified information.
Okay.
Now we're into
because a lot was said about the stance changing, the boxing, the this and that. Remains to be seen?
Saturday night.
Okay.
Tune in.
It's been addressed. Whichever way. This is not a secret.
What's not a secret?
Well, you guys know that people talk about, he
Oh,
changed his
karate stance,
Yeah,
boxing
yeah, all
stance,
that.
McGregor.
Yeah. Exactly.
Motivated McGregor.
Yes, all that
He's got
stuff.
that look in his eye, McGregor.
Faith McGregor, religious McGregor. There's many different variations.
There is.
Is there anything you can tell us about the stance? About the fighting
absolutely
style?
not.
Okay.
On that. But I can just tell you that, I was going to do a tweet. I'll save myself the bother now. I'll just say it here. That I believe what people are seeing in Conor yesterday in the media, and they'll continue to see as the week progresses, this level of sort of calm confidence is the result of what he's done the last 6 months. And I always have that joke saying that I could give the best Rocky speech to a fighter, not just Conor, the night before a fight. But he has to go to bed and listen to himself. And you can't lie to yourself. And you'll start scratching away at your confidence saying, I didn't eat right all the time. And I missed those few sessions. And I can't tell you did them if you didn't. So true confidence is only born through hard work. And he really has done it the right way the last 6 months. And that's why you're going to see him and us all enjoying this week and being very, calm, like I said, and looking forward to Saturday night. And it will be spectacular and it will be great because I know how he's trained. I would say this last 6 months training and how he's approached it might be the hardest and most dedicated 6 months he's done since I've known him. I don't say that lightly.
Wow. Even Aldo, all
just
those...
that the way he has been the last 6 months has been different.
Okay.
It really has. And y'all can say what you like, but they'll see. I believe you will see the result of that work Saturday night.
And you don't think it's just one and done? You really believe he's got these 2 fights left. He's talked about that.
I pulled him aside a couple of weeks ago, and it was just the two of us in the house, living with him at the minute. I said, honestly, you wake up this morning, because I'm doing 5% of what he's doing, and I'm still feeling sore.
Yeah.
I said, you don't feel anything. He said, he felt like a ballerina. Nothing's aching, nothing's sore. And like, we're pushing him hard. Like, have you seen what he's been doing the last while? Without missing a single session. I said, really, nothing, no aches, no pains, you know. And he said he doesn't feel anything. He feels great. And he's raring to go every session. He's motivated to go. It's not like you're having to push him to do anything. He actually really wants to do them all. So because of that, I would say it looks like there's a lot more left.
Okay.
You know, if he was kind of, the sounds you make when you're getting out of bed, then you'd be like, I don't know, maybe there's a time limit. But he is blessed, and I think he's genetically gifted for a start. But he has had, Tristan, the nutritionist, and a chef, and he's really done all of that to such a high level. I think that it's given him longevity. But I do believe, actually, I'll correct myself, I do believe it's mostly genetic. I just think he was gifted with this ability that he can push himself hard and still just feel nothing the next day. We say DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, and he just doesn't seem to suffer from anything like that. Long may it continue.
And what about you? And I promise I'll let you go in a moment. You own mixedmartialarts.com? The UG?
Yes.
When did that happen?
Well, it was
a legendary website.
Yes, yeah.
Where
Older than Google. That website
Amazing.
existed before Google.
Amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
96 or something.
Holy
like that.
shit.
It was born. But so the company I'm part of, trading on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
Under the ticker MMA, we acquired mixedmartialarts.com.
Wow.
About 2 years ago now, I think. So it's been relaunched. We actually used my interview with Laura Salko. So you can go to mixedmartialarts.com now and see me and Laura chatting up there. But yeah, one of the companies that we acquired.
So you have all these other
along
things.
with BJJ Link.
How much of your time is spent at SBG, coaching, doing? You have all these other things you got going on. Your family as well. I believe Conor, blue belt. No, what he just got some. I just saw something.
he came to me at the beginning of the year and he said, if I do a battle outside the gym, do I get to keep the trophy?
Okay.
So he calls jiu-jitsu doing a battle, and he's obviously talking about if he competes,
yeah,
get a medal. And I said, yeah. And he said, put me in one. And I said, no, it's only 5.
Okay.
If you want, and there's no pressure for me. He said, no, I want it. So I put him into his first competition. And, I'll give them the talk beforehand. Doesn't matter if you lose. You win or learn. You try, blah, blah, blah. And he goes out, he runs through everybody. So he gets a gold medal in the no gi. We come back. He puts on his gi. He gets a gold medal on that. And then he come up to me at the end of it all. I hesitate to say this, but I think he's actually watching. I think Ariel put it on.
Okay, amazing.
And he turns to me and he goes, that was easy, bro. And I was like, no. Let's not get too carried away. So we have to stay humble, Conor, if you're watching.
He calls you bro, too.
I know.
My son does that as well.
I was like, hold on,
weird thing.
At first start.
Yes.
And we remain humble in this household.
Amazing. So he's well on his way now.
So yeah, he's the champ. He calls himself now.
Unbelievable.
Because he knows he calls Conor. I don't know why he calls him this, but McCracker.
Okay.
Uncle McCracker.
Okay.
And he knows he's the champ. So he had his 2 gold medals, and he thought he was the champ.
And this is your oldest.
Yeah, so he's 6 in a couple of weeks.
So this is
the last few months, especially with Conor living in the gym, and Conor trains 3 days a week, so he sees him a lot around the gym, and he's beginning to understand. Why is there camera crews there? And he knows about Mr. Beast on YouTube now, so he's starting to kind of understand all this world. He knows about you.
Oh,
and he turned to me a couple of weeks ago because I was getting stopped at a few places, for picture or whatever. He said, Dad, are we famous? And I said, no, but we know somebody who's famous.
I love that. Will he be watching on Saturday? Or?
Well, I just said, it's on 5 a.m. Irish time.
Yeah.
So he'll watch it on Sunday morning.
Okay. You're not going to let him stay up 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, it'll be 5 a.m.
Would it be? By the time, yes, of course.
The Vegas walk is 5
a.m.
a.m. for us, yeah.
I saw Conor's with a gentleman. Is his name Patrick? A guy who's worked with Michael Jordan.
Tim Grover.
How did this happen? This is like a life coach?
Yeah. He's
Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, I looked up his client's legend. How did this happen?
I didn't know that either.
Okay.
And a friend of mine is a basketball coach back home. Shout out to Andrew. And he was like, "Do you know who you're with there?" And I was like, "Not really." And he started rattling off all this to me that because I said to him, I said, "What's he an expert in? Is it like movement, or is it physio, or is it mindset?" And he just wrote back, "Yes." So that's his
Everything.
field of expertise, is all of that. I don't quite know how it came about, but he just showed up one day. And like you said, I didn't know who it was. But there's an air about him.
Okay.
An authoritative air. He has that energy about him. And, a lot of it is him just asking me questions. Because he doesn't claim to be any expert in MMA. He certainly has his areas of expertise, but MMA is not one of them. But he has his conversations with Conor at the end of sessions, and he can't offer much advice on MMA training, but he understands human movement, and he certainly understands the competition of where to go in a competitive mindset. And maybe more importantly than all of that is that, obviously Michael Jordan, talk about a crossover star in the same way as we talk about Conor being a star outside of mixed martial arts. Michael certainly was too. It's coming from Ireland, I didn't really follow basketball, but I knew who Michael Jordan. I didn't know who Kobe Bryant was because I just don't follow basketball.
Wow.
But Michael Jordan
Yes.
had that, 23, wasn't
Yeah, of course.
and the Air Jordans.
Yeah.
Back home in Ireland, everybody wanted Air Jordans. So he knows what it's like coaching somebody who's not only competing at a high level, but dealing with that level of fame and pressure and all that comes with it. So it's interesting. Where we were staying in Newport, we were kind of next door neighbours, and we'd sort of have chats at the end of the day, and he had some interesting anecdotes about that world. And he's also finding some parts of our world a bit head scratching coming from the basketball world. But a welcomed addition to the team, and I've learned a lot from him.
Is he here as well in Vegas?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
He'll be here all fight week.
Wow. Okay. Wanted to ask you before I let you go. You, Scott Coker, Rich Chow. I saw a photo. What's happening there?
Yeah.
Obviously, we know about Scott.
Yeah,
Rich has joined his team.
yeah.
Are you working with them? What's happening, or was it just a catch up with old friends?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
So you know as much as me that we had a catch up. I did think I would consider myself friends with Scott at this stage, and it was lovely to see him. But if I'm just going to have fighters on a show, I have fighters on lots of shows.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what's going to come of it.
Okay.
Um,
It was just a hello. How are you?
Coming to Ireland to say hello would be very
Yeah,
extreme. Whereas I think this was only an hour flight from. But it was lovely, him and Jordan and his son. I'm friends with as well. So he was there, maybe Rich was there, and we had a nice lunch, and we chatted about old times and those old, the original Bellator shows in Dublin. And who knows? Maybe there's going to be something down the road there. I think they're still figuring out exactly how that promotion is going to look. But as I said to Scott, it's always great having. It's great working with somebody that has done it. That has come from martial arts. Especially, there's something about traditional martial arts that does. It's kind of nice about it, working with somebody who comes from that background. Look, I'm obviously here with the UFC this week, but it's the more promotions out there as me as a lowly MMA coach, and for all those MMA coaches out there, the more high level, big promotions, the better it is for the fighters. Better, competition is good for everything. So I hope it really goes well for me, and if I play some role in it, it'd be great too.
And are you still doing the management thing as
Yes.
well? Okay.
Yes, I'll be meeting up with Caesar.
Caesar, okay.
He's in town this week. I'm still working management. Everything was a little bit on hold for me. I had to be honest with the guys and say, look, I'm going to be taking a bit of a step back. Just give me a bit of breathing room, and they're very understanding. And get this fight done with this weekend, and then we have some big plans for a big push on the second half of this year. But yeah, Caesar was very gracious in giving me, like I said, a little bit of breathing room while I get this done.
Lastly, your team Notorious, pardon the pun, for fight predictions. What is the official one?
Unfortunately, we're going without predictions.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is new.
Yeah. It's funny, like, me and Conor just laugh about this. We don't take it all that serious. But if he had been super vocal these last few months and, you know, very heavily online, then people would be saying, oh, he's not training serious because, look, he's and he's talking all the time. So this time we've kind of purposely all kept back. Wasn't a whole lot out of any of us. You might have noticed over these last few months. Because we're just, you know what, we're just going to put the head down to the work.
Okay.
And we said, you know, we're just going to keep our cards close to our chest on everything, because no matter what I say, no matter I raise an eyebrow, oh, that's analysed and that means this. So we're just saying, Saturday night, you know, on Paramount, you'll see a great performance. And it's great to be back. It's great seeing you. It's great to be in this chair again. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what I believe to be the best ever do it. When that he's done and the multiple roles he plays, I have a very strong idea on how it's going to go. I actually had a stupid idea. I was going to give you like an envelope and say, "Don't open this till fight." But
like a gender reveal.
Yeah, or you know, like a mentalist.
You have it in your mind.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, and I don't want to say too much.
Okay, fair enough.
But we kind of have multiple scenarios, to be honest. Okay, we have this, and this. I'm already saying too much.
Okay.
We'll leave it have your ways there.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Great to see you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming in. Good luck to you guys, obviously. This is nice. This feels nostalgic in its own right. We used to do it on Zoom or Skype back in the day.
Yes,
on the
Skype,
Monday,
God.
On the Monday of
That
Fight
fell
Week.
away, didn't it?
Yeah. You know, Zoom kind of kicked its butt. But it's great to do it in person as we really kick off Fight Week here. So good luck to you and the team. Appreciate you so much. Rick, I have to go to would you say a quick break? Anyone? Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Audie Attar is going to be joining us, the head coach, the head honcho, the agent, the manager, long time. Not as long as John has been with Conor, but pretty damn long as well. His UFC career. He'll be joining us, Tyler Minton, Eric Nicksick. Be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. All right, back on the program. We're here. Let me talk to this one right here, if I can. Yes, I like this one. This shows the depth of the studio. So that was John Kavanagh in studio. Great stuff. Enjoyed it very much. Great insight. Actually gave us a little bit longer, so I appreciate him sticking around, and I appreciate the extra time. Working through the kinks. So let us know. I know everyone. Like I said, you pick up a show and you move it from New York to Las Vegas. You're going to work through some stuff. That just happens. So, we started off hot with an A+ guest, if you will, an A-lister, if you will. But we are here, and the crew will tell me before we bring our next guest in. They'll tell me if we're good to go, good to proceed. I forgot to get the signature. He's not still here, is he? Maybe not. A lot happening. These things happen in the sport. What's that? Okay. How's the audio, guys? You guys good with the audio back there? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Audio good? Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up? Ariel's voice sounds sexy. I'll take it. Working through the kinks? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Great work fixing the audio. Thank you. Frank? Listen, working through the kinks. That's what we're gonna keep doing. Okay. We've got to get the signature there, Connor. Without further ado, let us bring in the man himself, Audie Attar. Yes, my guy. Look at him. Wow. Looking svelte, huh?
I'm trying.
Wow.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Two hands, I'll give you both hugs.
No, it's okay. Please have a seat. Look at this, huh? We pick up the show, we bring it to Las Vegas.
I get 2 cup holders.
That's right. We're going to play poker as well.
Poker table with the man's name on it.
Yes. Please talk into the microphone. We want to hear you.
Okay, sorry. There we go.
You're looking tremendous.
Trying
to
stay young and
Please
fit.
talk into the microphone. Don't be so shy.
I got to do the
No, you don't. You could be a little bit.
lean in,
Yeah, there we go. Yes. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so good to see you.
It's great to see
A
you.
McGregor Fight Week.
McGregor Fight Week is back.
You haven't had one in 5 years.
It's been,
You almost had one 2 years ago.
Yeah, we did. But we're here. That's all that matters.
Amen.
I think people want to, find things to talk about and find all these little things to, I'd say be so negative or pessimistic about. But for me personally, I'm a glass half full guy. Every time you look at things from a pessimistic perspective, not only does your brain go into a certain mode, but your body follows, right?
Yes.
So I look at what we've accomplished, not just historically, but like over the last 5 years, what we've been through, what we had to overcome, and what we had to solve for, and what we had to grow from. To me, that is a huge win. To me, those are the huge breakthroughs. And then to see it all come together, from a business perspective, and even just being here at Fight Week, that feels good. And so we're not resting on those laurels, but rather we go for things and we aim for goals that are not necessarily always traditionally looked at the same way by everybody, right? And so I try to stay away from all that chatter and, what's going to happen? What's the strategy in the fight? What are the odds? Look at the odds. It doesn't matter, At the end of the day, Saturday night, July 11th, people could witness a great competition, and then we'll go from there.
Everyone was dissecting. Where is he? Why isn't he on embedded? This, that, and the other. And then he showed up yesterday. What was he like? Because I was talking about this with John. He's there signing the autographs. Is he happy? Is he not happy? Is he zen? Is he not zen? Can you describe what he is like right now?
I think he's in a great space. I'm very happy to see all the progress. I'm very happy to see, how he's looking at things, life, his spirituality, his businesses, his desire to compete, his desire to continue to evolve and grow. And so to me, I think I'm very pleased with where he's at, and I'm excited about this next chapter of our journey.
So the road to getting here is fascinating to me. I asked him a few questions, but you're the best person to ask these questions to, because I actually do think when I spoke to him, he said, "Ask Audie, ask Audie." So now we're here.
I think that may be just the default response, but yeah, shoot, and I'll see what I can answer.
When did you really seriously start talking to the UFC about a comeback fight?
Look, I think as you mentioned, obviously 2 years ago, you know, we were weeks away from that.
Sure.
That matchup with Michael Chandler, and unfortunately, just due to injury, we had to pull out. And you know, the conversations continued, right? It's not like they ever were cut off. And I'm in the business, so it's not like
Right. You're not talking to them
I'm
about
going
it.
away for time. I'm
Right.
not trying to be, you know, necessarily always front facing, but we're constantly having conversations and touch points with the UFC, right, on business. And so the conversation of Conor never goes away. And it was really his decision where it's like, you know, I'm ready. And so I want to say about a year and a half ago,
Oh, wow.
you know, is when we really started to say, okay, well, if we're going to do this, you know, these are the things we have to do to get back, right? And so, you know, that's when it really started to happen, right? Is like looking at it and saying, okay, because there's a whole process you have to go through, and as it gets closer to that fight date, it becomes, I think, bigger and bigger, and the excitement grows. And you know, everybody from all the UFC staff to the media to, you know, partners, you know, everybody starts to really kind of lean in, if you will, because we have been out for 5 years. We did have an injury 2 years ago that pulled us out a few weeks ago. And that's never happened with Conor before. So this is almost like new territory we're entering into now, saying, well, what's going to happen now? And everybody's on, yesterday, oh, he's not showing up, or this and that, or this and that. You know, there's all this speculation. And I think as we get closer to fight night, and when he finally makes that walk and the bell rings, I think everybody's just going to be settled in and excited to watch a great matchup on the return of the Mac.
So you say a year and a half ago, my theory has been on this program, UFC didn't want him to fight on the ESPN deal. They wanted to be able to sell a new rights deal by telling their partner, hey, you're going to get 2 Conor McGregor fights. And so I think it's strategic not to have him fight in 2025 and to have him fight in the first quarter or first half of 2026. Am I right?
Look, I could see where you're coming from, and I definitely see that play from a business perspective. But the reality of it is if Conor wanted to fight every year, I think the UFC would love that. It doesn't matter who the broadcast partner is, because
It feels to me sometimes they try to strategically place him. Remember the pandemic?
There's no question there's been strategic gamemanship that has played out over the years.
Yeah.
Right? But you have to kind of look at the entire total body of the relationship. But as it relates to this return, it was really just when we were ready, right? And so I think that he's ready now, and he's ready to stay active. Now, going back to the previous years when we wanted to get active and do the seasons, and we were going to do a boxing fight, then this, and yeah, there was gamemanship played, and there was certainly more interest for us to stay active at a certain point in time than there was the opportunity to fight regularly, right? So yes, that does happen. I don't necessarily think that played into this new, you know, rights deal that they effectively pivoted from ESPN to Paramount. I think the timing was definitely like, oh, well, is it because of that? And I would say for this one, I don't think so.
How tricky was it? Because he talked about it before you guys got the deal done. Like, my contract is null and void, I believe was the term he used. So how tricky was it to get over that hump to agree to this?
Well, look, you know, we've negotiated with the UFC for almost, you know, over 15 years, right? So we've not necessarily always had an easy path, but we've always done good business. And that's something I'm proud of, right? I don't need them to like me. I don't need them to, but they're going to respect the business. And that's what it's about, right? So it definitely was challenging in terms of like, how do we do this in this new era without pay-per-view, right? And you could talk about, well, he's been out and the win-loss, it doesn't matter. Like, this is still an entertainment business, and the, let's call them the KPIs, the key performance indicators of those businesses have shifted. And so he's still, you know, as a famous man once says, everybody thought he was toast, but he's still the bread, right? And so ultimately that was our position in the negotiation. And you know, credit to the UFC. Is it where I want him to go in terms of market value? No, but it's multiples over anybody, including in Zuffa boxing. You know, multiples. And so
Okay.
It's a historical number. But at the end of the day, like, we're not here to talk about those specifics, nor will I. But I do think that in the end, you know, UFC definitely moved way more than they ever have and probably wanted to. But nonetheless, I think the way I look at this is it's a win-win, because him fighting Saturday night, July 11th, and him getting his hand raised victoriously, is only going to set us on a path to make sure that the next one hopefully comes sooner than, the April date that he.
Yeah, what'd you make of that?
So I think for us, it was really just trying to make sure that we don't get in a situation where gamemanship is played, right? And so a lot of the negotiations was focused on obviously maximizing the economics, but then making sure we could get him active because he wants to compete, So why hold him back? And it's a benefit to all parties involved that he is active, that he is fighting, that he is part of the ecosystem, if you will. So I think from my standpoint, obviously we pushed for a tighter timeline, but it could be tighter. It's just latest, right? And so
it can't be past April, but it could be January if you guys all agree to it. Okay. That's unique, right? To have like 2 dates in there?
Look, I think all of Conor's deals have been unique, and it's because of the value he drives. And that's what it comes down to, right? And so ultimately, I think when you're negotiating anything, you can't go in there just trying to kick and scream what you want because you think you deserve it. You have the facts and the data to substantiate his value. And so anything that is unique, including this date kind of, let's call it mechanism, if you will, it's important because then that achieves our goals. And in the negotiation, we're both honest about it. Like, well, we don't want the games, right? At the end of the day, this is what it should look like, and then who knows? We don't know where it goes. We may re-sign with the UFC. We may not. We're not even thinking about that now, right? At the end of the day, but I raised that point because I know you asked him when he was on the show, and I think even in the media circuits, people always pick up sound bites and clippings and all that, the world we live in today. But I could tell you around us, he's only focusing on Max Holloway Saturday.
No, I get it.
And so
But all of this is so interesting.
It's just and he hasn't been this accessible for so long.
Yes.
That everybody wants to get these questions out. And totally understandable, right? And we owe it to the fans, to us, the fans are the people that make this sport great. I'm a fan still. I still am a fan when I'm removed from my let's call it my professional responsibilities for clients and in and around the business. So, but it's exciting because we're here, man.
Did they try to get you to sign more when you agreed to this?
Look, I think for them it's just about getting here, right? And it goes back to my earlier point. I think everybody, them included, was like, "Is this going to happen? Is he going to make it? Is he not?" It's like yesterday, everybody's like, "He's not going to show."
Yeah,
he showed.
Right.
Right? So ultimately, I think as we get closer to the fight and as that bell rings and as he gets his hand raised in victory, it's like he said it yesterday on one of his interviews. He said, look, we're happy. We're where we are. And then we'll get through this and then we'll see where we are, And so I think that's kind of how he's always wanted to approach it. And I think that the UFC has been great partners of ours for years, and it has been turbulent, hasn't been perfect. It's not exactly as we want it to be, but ultimately, I think the way we approach it is we're relentless too. We don't give up either, and ultimately, you end up getting into a right place for that specific dynamic or whatever it is.
I'm not trying to get you to say, "Oh, we want to leave" or anything like that. I hope you know that. And he called me out on this. He's like, "Oh, you want me to leave?" I'm like, "No, I want every fighter to get as much as they possibly can." And I think he is the highest paid and most underpaid fighter in UFC history. And I believe that if he went into the free market, he could command so much more from a Netflix or anyone out there in this day and age, right? With the turkeys of the world out there and whatnot. And so is the thought, let's just see. And maybe the answer to this question is coming back. But for the first time in the great Conor McGregor's career, he can actually find out what his market value is. Is that part of the process here?
You surmised what I said very well, and so I'll just add to that. We're happy where we are now. We'll see where we are after Saturday night. We haven't signed any extension, if you will, for more fights. We'll see what we get through and how it is and how much they want him and what they're willing to pay for market value. And we do understand that if we hit free agency, we have a lot of opportunity. Look, combat sports is at its peak right now, but I don't think it's slowing down. I was with one client, Rico Verhoeven, at the Pyramids of Giza for a boxing event. Then weeks later, I'm at the White House for Josh Hokett's fight at the White House. And I'm like, wow, right? Just pinching myself to see where the sport has come from and where it's headed. we know that there's a huge demand for combat sports, not just fights and events, but media and a lot of other content that the consumer is wanting, right? And that total market is growing, right? So of course we know that there's going to be great opportunities there, and that's why we're not bothered or rushing to get to an answer today, because you got to get through the fight, you got to get through the other fight, you got to see kind of how things go. You can't necessarily predict out things like that like you can do maybe in the stick and ball sports and combat sports. There's so many variables that happen, and things just sometimes unexpectedly happen, right, that you have to adjust to. So yes, we do understand that there is a strong market value for us if we're a free agent, including doing stuff on our own, right? But we're going to wait and see. And we're not opposed to having discussions with the UFC. It's just all about, to your point, at that point in time, if it's presented, when we're there, when we see how these things play out, you look at all options and you kind of you do a comparative analysis and you see where you land. And you use that in your negotiations as well.
How collaborative was the process of getting to Max Holloway? Because we heard about Praches. There was maybe a little bit of a cup of coffee with Nate Diaz. And then ultimately we ended up on Holloway, who's coming off a loss. Like, did they ask you guys for a list? Did they say, this is who we want? How did we end up with Max?
Conor was just ready to get in there. It didn't matter, and I'm like, it does matter. So let's slow down and be thoughtful of it, because it's like allowing someone, I think, the opportunity to compete against him too is an honor, in my opinion. I don't care what you think of him. You have to respect that. Like, at the end of the day, this guy's done a lot for our sport. He's done a lot for all fighters. Say what you want, think what you want. I'm not here to debate that, but in terms of what he's done for the sport, that's facts, right? So I think that the opponent has to warrant that, and not just stylistically and all that kind of stuff. So, I think the Pratis one was an interesting one because the response wasn't good from the fans. So you look at the sentiment, and those, to me, you have to honor that as well. It can't just be about you thinking that you're the matchmaker and you're putting a matchup that you think is best for the Shield or whatnot. The fans reacted to that one, right? And so when we looked at the list, obviously Chandler was number one because he really wanted to honor Chandler, right? He really felt like, man, this guy did tough with me. We had this fight. He has respect for him. He's like, it should be Chandler. We tried to push very, very hard for Chandler, and it just didn't make sense, right? And we pushed as far as we could go, but then when you look down the list, we're like, okay, but the Holloway rematch looked very interesting. You could look at Poirier. You looked at these different names, and Holloway just sounded very interesting. Like, they fought early in their career. They both went on to have great careers. And this is going to be an interesting matchup. Stylistically, I think it makes for an exciting fight. I think, Max came into that Oliveira fight, and everybody thought it was going to be a different style of fight than what it ended up being. And that was, again, going back to the sentiment, it wasn't well received. It was underwhelming. And congrats to Oliveira. He got the win. He got the belt. It's great, right? But from a, value driver perspective, Max was probably like, what the? That's not what I was expecting, from a fight. And yes, Oliveira got the win, but I don't think he necessarily did anything for his career per se, to advance his career. Because at the end of the day, these fighters still are prize fighters. Like, they get more money, not just wins and losses and how they finish. It's certainly part of it, right? But it's also entertainment, right? So ultimately, I think when you looked at the dancing partners, we also wanted to create that exciting matchup that the fans are going to love, that the fighters are going to be so hungry and put their best performances out there because of the matchup. They get excited for who they're going to face, right? So ultimately, we know the opposing side is usually going to always be excited to fight Conor, but Conor has to be excited about it as well, right?
Were you disappointed it wasn't on the White House, or did you understand why?
No, we understood why.
Okay.
At the end of the day, he would have loved it, right? And I think early on we were planning on that.
Yeah.
But that was before the negotiation too, right? So ultimately, I think when it all kind of came together, I understood the decision, right? I understood the decision, and I respected it at the end of the day.
This is a rare chance to speak to one of the power players in the game. In your opinion, has the UFC done right in this new era of, adjusting for inflation, so to speak, right? When we asked Dana, when the media would ask Dana, like, okay, 1.1 billion, things need to go up. Fighter pay, bonuses, we know the bonuses went up. And I think the fighter pay is slowly but surely going up. Do you think that they're adjusting accordingly?
I think they're adjusting accordingly. I don't necessarily agree they're adjusting fast or high enough. But I think that when you look at those two combined, that means there's progress, and you got to keep, from my perspective and where I sit, to keep advocating for the fighters, right? So ultimately, I think if we're able to continue to have dialogue, have open negotiations, not the old school, way of how it was done, then we're gonna, I think, get to better days for fighters. And I'm excited about the future. Again, going back to glass half full, glass half empty. I could sit there and this, that, the other, that. Okay, well, what are you doing about it? Like, there's so many people that have opinions that have done fuck all to progress fighter benefits, fighter pay. So when I hear these things, I'm like, okay, I have to respect the person saying it to me, right? And if I do, then it only helps me and hopefully helps them, because it takes a collective of individuals or companies or athletes that all are striving towards the same, rowing towards the same direction, if you will, toward the North Star. Sometimes fighters usually do that, but then they work against each other. Sometimes they'll talk each other down. Sometimes I'm better than that, or I want more than that. Right? So you have to work through all those realities as well. It's not as easy as, well, I know, calling out all the problems, and so there you go. Okay, well, what are you going to do about it? Like, how do you solve that, right? And I think people get caught up more in the drama than finding solutions and looking at things through all the chaos and the stress and the pressure and the tension, still keeping a positive outlook. Say, okay, all right, we're not there, but we're here, but let's get there, right? And so maybe that's just how I'm wired, and those that are close to me are wired. But yeah, I think that is to me a signal. Keep going, right? Not there yet. Positive sign. Not as much as we would like, but keep going, right?
New York Times article. Your takeaway.
I think it's a guy trying to make something out of nothing. I think we followed all the testing procedure. I think Conor has been tested about 22 times, give or take, in the last 2 years, 15 times this year. We've done everything right. But clearly this is like, again, you love him or you hate him, but this is like a hit job. And it's either a hit job on us or the UFC. We have our suspicions on the parties, if you will. But
UFC came out and said it. They think it's USADA.
It's just, well, there you go.
Did you feel like USADA was out to get Conor?
People too, right?
Okay.
But it's like, look at the timing of when it all happens. Like, they're talking about stuff from 5 years ago, and they're talking about it right before the White House event, and they're talking about it right before the McGregor return. It's just, it is what it is. We live in that age, and you just, sometimes you pay it no mind because you're like, that's just crazy. And sometimes you have to just set the record straight, and that's what I felt I had to do with the statement, and I appreciate Hunter Campbell and the UFC doing the same.
I want to ask you a similar question that I asked John. Last 2 years, tumultuous, to say the least, right? For Conor, you stood by him. You've been there since the beginning. Why? Why do you stick by him? When there's ups, there's downs, there's public downs, there's all kinds of things. You stuck by him. You've never wavered. Why?
Two things. One, because I'm behind the scenes. It's what you hear in the public. It's not always true. It's just the reality. You'll hear things that are positioned certain things. So I know the man. I know the real Conor McGregor, right? And there's a strong bond between us, having been together from the beginning in this journey, ups and downs and near breakups, and we've had our relationship, journey, if you will, right? And he stuck by me, and I stuck by him. And the most important thing, I think, is going through, like the turbulent times together. It either makes you or breaks you in a relationship. You know what I mean? And there's been so many things that are, you would only think this shit happens in a movie, but the stuff that's happened, of so many people and forces that try to separate us over the years, and I'm proud that we've stood tall and through that all, and I'm proud of the growth that he's he's having and the growth that I've had. And we're committed to that. So I know those things, and I know the things that we've done and the steps that we've taken to fight the good fight, to be the best version of ourselves. And so I'm happy if I got off the bus right now. I told him that recently. I'm happy if I'm proud of everything.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm just saying, like, in terms of like, okay, well, we've been together, 14, 15 years. I don't even know the exact number, but if this was where I had to get off and this is where I ended my journey of working with Conor McGregor, I'm proud of everything we've done. And I want him to be happy and have the best tools he has, and I want to be happy and have the best tools I have. And that's all that means, right? So it's like, it's not that I had to stay here for this and that. We've done very well. We've accomplished and made history on so many different occasions, on so many different, goals that we set professionally, athletically and business-wise. So, I'm at peace with everything. Does that make sense? Like,
sure.
I've done so much good, I feel, for myself, but I've done so much good for him, and I feel like I've poured my heart and soul into him and into all my clients, all my team, and it's thankless often, Ariel. It's not always appreciated, unfortunately, in this business, right? So that's part of the game. You got to know what you signed up for. But those that are, appreciative, those that do stick with you, those that you can fight the good fight with and have breakthroughs with, it's more than a job, right? It's part of the purpose of why I got into management in the first place.
Were there moments where you thought you were close to getting off the bus?
I think there was moments where I was going to get kicked off the bus, and there was moments that I was going to get off the bus, both ways. So yeah, absolutely.
And you would have been okay with that back then as well?
There's certain moments I probably at that moment in time thought about it differently, but through just experience and all the stuff that we've been through, yes, I would have been at peace. I would have, because I know what I've done. I know how much I've poured into him, to our other clients, to the business. I know that, and it feels so good sitting here with you today, because in retrospect, I had to go through that.
Right.
I had to go through all that, and it's like the difficulty was the lesson. It was the unlock. It unlocks here, but it unlocks here too, right? And that to me is why I would be okay.
Was there ever a point where you thought he wouldn't fight again?
Yeah, of course. That injury was so serious, so serious.
The Poirier.
Yeah.
But post Chandler?
It's look, the injury itself, getting to Chandler,
yeah.
It's like, it's like, and then 3.5 weeks, another injury, and you're out, right? So you go through all these ups and downs, and 5 years is a long time. All these ups and downs. Of course, you have moments where you're like, okay, I don't think he's gonna fight again. He probably went through those ups and downs. There was a point in time where I remember the doctor specifically telling him after, look, we don't know if you're gonna be able to run to play with your kids. Like, you may be, altered,
compromised,
physically,
yeah,
right, to live. So of course you hear that. What are you gonna think? Right. So, but man, I'm so happy for him and his family, just to see kind of, again, fighting the good fight,
I want to be mindful of your time. I know you have to go soon. You gave me strict rules. Hard out. Rico Verhoeven, you mentioned him.
Yes.
One of your guys.
Yeah.
I think he was wronged, to put it mildly. I can't believe he was not winning that fight on the scorecards. I can't believe the fight was stopped. Usyk now no longer champion. I viewed it as, he's going to run it back. Other people seem to think he's going to fight Wilder. What is Rico going to do now?
Well, look, I think the Usyk rematch makes the most sense.
Absolutely, but it doesn't seem like we're moving in that direction.
I don't feel that Usyk wants it.
Right.
He should. Like, if I was him,
I think he got out scot-free. He's let me...
And exactly. I either think, that was a lot harder than I expected. It's too risky. I'm not going to do it. And so there's obviously thought on what is Usyk going to do next. Is it Zuffa boxing? Is it what's going to happen, right? But I do think that that's the best situation, and I think it would be huge for Usyk. It would be a mess.
But if not Usyk, what does he do?
Look, if not Usyk, I think you look at, there's obviously Wilder's. You have Wilder out there. You have Francis out there.
But would it be boxing? We're going to stick with boxing?
I think it's going to be boxing.
Okay.
I think he showed he actually could be a heavyweight contender in boxing, but and and there's other names too. So like I think for us, it's getting Rico to come back. Hopefully by end of year or Q1. Is the work, and there's some discussions being had right now. So like we'll see kind of where the chips land, if you will.
Where does MVP stand with the UFC? Quite open recently, going into
Which
his last
MVP?
fight.
Michael Venom Page?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay.
Not the company.
Yeah. Different probably positions I'd have to answer.
But he was pretty open about not liking the matchup, the walkout song, all that stuff. And I think he has one left. Where does he stand with them?
Well, we're working on the fight.
Okay.
So don't have any news to break now, but we're certainly working on a fight for him. Look, there's certainly frustrations, right, from Michael's perspective, and I get it. Michael, he's an exciting fighter and entertainer, but he has such a unique style that if people don't engage with him, then sometimes the fight just kind of looks lackluster. But it's not his fault, right? It's just either stylistic matchup, the way that the fight goes, and certainly there's times where he could throw more, right? But then there's times where they're just running, and so it hasn't like resulted in exactly the Michael Venom Page performances that we've seen in the past. But I think that will change, and I think that this next fight is going to be important. I think for him to show the world, remind them, right, how talented he really is, and then we'll see where we go next.
But he probably fights it out.
I think, well, he's identified it out, and then
Yeah.
we'll sit down and talk with the UFC, but we'll look at all options as well. Like, I think it's just a matter of, for Michael, he wants to also make sure that the promoter and him are aligned, and I think that there's a good relationship there. Obviously, it's been, tumultuous, if you will, intense as of late because of Michael and the fights and the opponents we want. In fairness, too, like, we do submit tons of names that we want. They all got shot down, and most of them say no because they don't want to fight Michael for his unorthodox ways. And Michael, up until recent even, was too kind about that almost. Like, it's like, well, if they say no, we should say that.
Yeah.
Ariel should know about that, right? Because it's not fair to Michael. He's sitting there wanting these tough matchups, really, really tough matchups, but they all don't want to fight him, And so, I think this next fight, I'm excited for him because he is going to go out there and prove to people who Michael Venom Page is. One of the most exciting strikers in mixed martial arts. One of the fun entertainers to watch. And just an all-around good guy. Like, he's just one of the good
love
guys
him.
in the business,
Two last quick ones. I think, and this is not a knock on them, but I think if Dakota Ditcheva was in the UFC, she'd be a gigantic star. I think she's somewhat being underutilized, not pushed enough in PFL. Is she happy with the PFL?
Look, Dakota's happy with the PFL right now. I mean, everything happens in its time. Yeah, when we signed Dakota was in the European regional circuit for PFL, so she was already in PFL.
Yeah.
Right. And look, this new deal we got her, she would be one of the highest paid female fighters in the UFC as well, right?
Okay.
So she's well compensated, and it was just a smart thing to have that continuity. And she's still young. I mean, at the end of the term, she'll still be in her 20s, right? And so ultimately, the idea is like, we'll see, right? When we get to that point, of course, I think the UFC is a huge platform. I think that Dakota can be a household name. She's not only that good, but she's articulate. She checks all the boxes, right? And I think that she will be a household name. Like, I believe she has the potential to be a household name.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about her prospects. So, I'm rooting for PFL. I'm rooting for MVP. I'm rooting
No, it's
for
better
Scott
for everyone,
Coker's
right? Yeah.
new promotion. It's good for the fighters. You
Yes.
want them to succeed. You want them
options,
to be healthy. Of course.
negotiate.
And certainly, look, the UFC is the biggest platform. You can't argue with that. You can't. So yes, if a fighter is on one platform and another platform, are they gonna get more mind share, have the opportunity to really build their brand, if you will? Yeah, of course. But having those other competitors, if you will, incumbents, from a promotional perspective, is very important for the ecosystem. It's very important for fighters. Very important to keep driving upward mobility and compensation and et cetera, right? So I think that she's home where she needs to be right now, but I do think that the free agency market will heat up for her big time.
Last one. Do you think the UFC brass wants Conor to win or lose on Saturday?
I mean, I think when you talk about brass, it's so hard to lump people into a group because I never see anything like that, right?
You don't?
No, because you could have
Because there's the theory that
brass, and within the brass, like 5 love Conor too, like, oh God, he's always made it hard for me, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, you can't necessarily say that, but if I'm thinking what like Dana or Hunter,
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
talking
think
about.
they want him to win. A star is good for them.
Good for them?
It's good for them. It's good for business. Great. Like, ultimately, I think what they want is a great fight. Great fight.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think their probably default response or feeling is like, I just want a really good fight. I want them both to look really good because that in itself is better for the promotion than
Sure.
to say, well, I want Max to win or I want Conor to win, right? So I think that Conor having a great performance, right, and it's a great main event, and Conor winning is great for them. It's great for the sport, right? I don't see them not wanting that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's always fun to talk business with you.
Always fun.
Can you sign this for us?
Sign this?
Yes.
What?
We're gonna
Yes,
auction
of
it off.
course.
We're gonna give it to charity.
Of course.
And
of course.
is John still here? Yes, he's still here.
John
Wow.
is still here. You need his signature as well.
Absolutely. I forgot. I thought you left, John.
I just went for a stroll.
Okay, I appreciate it. We're
Deep
gonna give this
thoughts
to
with
charity.
John Kavanagh.
You're a lefty.
Now you know.
Brother Southpaw.
Don't let it creep up on you. That's
Thank you, guys. Anywhere, yeah. Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much,
having us,
guys.
Ariel.
Look at this. We got the
cookie holder that they got me.
Hey, let's give a shout out to Dandelion Coffee. In my opinion, the
Dandelion coffee.
best
Shout out.
coffee on the Las Vegas Strip. So if you're in the
Amazing.
Las Vegas area, Venetian,
Yes.
go check them out. Thank
Awesome.
you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this. These guys don't do interviews all the time, so for them to come in is a real treat.
Thank
Appreciate
you all.
guys.
Thank you all.
And we will see you on the weekend.
On the weekend.
Appreciate it. We'll do the interview with Conor in the locker room like last time. There's a big thing happening. There's a big fight. Thank you, guys. There he is. Audie Attar, John Kavanagh. Look at these guys. Looking fantastic. Thank you to our crew here for lighting and shooting this so very nicely. My phone is blowing up here. All kinds of messages. How are we doing? Frankie? Okay, but how's the audio? How's everything? Guys, how are we doing? This is in my ear. Let's see. How's the audio? Hey, chat. Audio doing better? Yes. I'm talking into the mic. I was just saying goodbye to our guests. Seems like everything's okay. Can anyone just tell me in the back? Working through the key. All right. Frank is having a mental breakdown. Why would that be? What's wrong with the audio? I don't. They're. I can't ask the chat because they talk shit. They make things up. Yeah. You guys do the it's great thing, but you don't actually tell me the truth. You just tell me the thing that like you tell your kids when you want them to be quiet. Okay, but just tell me, do we need to take a break or not? Do not take a break. All right. You know what? I'm just going to put it on. How about that?
Chat because they talk shit. They make
No, it sounds great. Frank, you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You guys do the it's great thing, but you don't actually tell me the truth.
Oh, this sounds fantastic. You guys suck.
Nothing
You know-
sounds better than when you listen to the show that you're doing and then it
it's
comes
the
back.
only- it's the only-
Frank's doing incredible as always. Andy's killing. Connor's doing great. You know, we're having a good time. We're working through the kinks. Working through the kinks.
Frank
Oh, Rob
is-
is upset I didn't mention him.
Oh, Frank is conspicuous by his absence, is what I'm trying to say. Like I just want to hear him. Can I hear him?
You gotta let me cook, man.
Hey, Frank,
It's your birthday.
how are you?
Great. Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks. It's one of the best birthdays I've ever had. NGL. You excited for sushi tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know yourself. All right, you said our next guest is here. Matter of seconds, we're going to be joined by our next guest. He's one of the smartest men in the business, certainly when it comes to nutrition, weight cutting, dieting, all those things and more. He's the host of the Truth Serum podcast, which you can get on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. Actually, a former MMA fighter himself, 7-1 record. BJJ black belt, was actually an entry contestant on Tough 19 in 2014. Last fought in May of 2015. but has worked with the likes of Daniel Cormier, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Wonderboy Thompson, and of course, the one and only Max Holloway. He is here helping Max Holloway prepare for this fight against Conor McGregor at 170 pounds. Is he here? My old friend Tyler Minton. Let's bring him in. There he is. Tyler Minton is here. It has been a minute.
How you doing?
How are you, my man? Great to see you. Thank you so much. Please, have a seat. Have a seat. All right. It has been a minute since we last spoke.
Long time.
Yes. Talking to the microphone. Make love to it if you can.
Been quite a while.
Yes. How long? Maybe over 5 years or so?
Oh, I would think closer to 10. It would have been DC. Was it when DC fought Oudemir?
That long ago at 205, huh?
Yeah, I believe so.
In Boston, I do believe.
Yeah, I believe.
Wow.
I believe
You've
that.
still been in the business this whole time. Where the hell you been?
Yeah, so I don't work with fighters hardly at all anymore.
Okay.
Honestly.
Who are you working with?
So I have my own company still, Ethos Nutrition, where I do work with. I have executives, professional athletes, NFL, Major League Baseball, some UFC, but primarily beyond that, I also work now with a company called VHP Charlie Mike in Virginia Beach, and we work with active and veteran Navy SEALs. So
Wow.
I've now transitioned into working with special operators in addition to my own
Right.
company.
And
So
when
kind
you're
of
saying those types of people, Navy SEALs, active veteran, they need to diet? Like so that they, obviously they want to be fit, but what are you doing with them and how is that different from what you're doing with athletes?
Yeah, so you have three types of nutrition goals. You have health, aesthetics, and performance.
Okay.
Right? So we have these active duty Navy SEALs. Well, that's a very obvious goal, like perform better. You may be getting a call tomorrow and going to do some hero stuff, you know? So these guys were trying to help them understand like how to fuel their body and give them what they need and supplement, sleep, strength conditioning, everything. Like we do everything for them to make sure that they are just the best operator they can be. You have your veterans, some of your retired guys who also come through the program. And with these guys, sometimes it's healing their bodies from the career of performance that they've been in. So it's a little different than working with fighters because fighters are typically just a weight cut competition.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so much fun. And that's also what was so appealing about, coming back and working with Max again, because we can focus so much on performance for this. It was kind of an easy yes.
When did you stop acting? Because I remember the Khabib and DC and Wonderboy and all those guys. When did you stop actively working with fighters, like having a full roster?
So I still have Steven as well.
Okay.
Steven's one of those guys I'll be with till he does retire. He's just
But he's reaching the end.
like a brother to me.
Maybe?
I mean, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I haven't had, that's a business talk that
Sure,
he
sure.
has with them. I've not had, but, I would imagine there's not a whole lot of career interest left in him. He's done a lot. But I would say probably 6 years ago, honestly, got married, have kids, have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and just it got to that point that honestly, I love the fighters that I work with. They mean more to me than the paycheck. And the way I say it now is for me to work with someone, especially if I'm going to be in person with them, they need to be able to provide something to my life more than a paycheck. Like it needs to be someone that I just want to be around because they're investing in me as a human being. And that's the ones I work with now. It's the people who are going to call me on my birthday, call to say happy birthday to my kids. And, you want those people who just, they see you as a person and they treat you like far more than just an employee. That once my life took that turn into just being a father, you look at everything differently and how you spend your time and who you spend it with.
And so you've worked with Max in the past. All these fights, or was there a break with him and then he called you for this particular fight?
This is the first time in person. Well, I did Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
I went not for a full camp, not for a camp, but just kind of the last little bit there in Abu
Is
Dhabi.
that Tuporia?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. And then I've done some like remote with there and just kind of helped out as needed. But this is the first time actually going to Hawaii and doing a camp in probably 10 years.
Okay. And how long were you there for?
4 weeks.
Okay. And how difficult is that for you? Like you have a family, as you said, so now you've got to leave for 4 weeks.
It's difficult. I mean, it is because it's. I love Max. I love what I do, and I'm very bought into everything Max. He's one of the most amazing people I've ever met. I consider him like a brother. But at the end of the day, it's still you're a father. You understand this. There's nothing that means more to me than just being able to sit on the couch and see my kid's freckles. You know, like just staring at your kid's eyes. Like there's no value to that. Or my wife is my best friend. You know, so it's like you're asking me to leave my best friend for 4 weeks. And I remember Max called and asked if I'll be willing to do it, and I mentioned it to my wife, and she said, "You have to." She just knows how much Max means to me, and you know, like she loves Max. And again, he's just one of those athletes that just invests so much into people, and everyone that's around Max, he means so much to them, you know, because he lets them know how much they mean to him. So it was one of those. It was, I had to do it.
So this is a unique one because he's not cutting weight.
Yeah.
So what's the science here? What are you doing? Because I know he doesn't walk around. What does he walk around at, would you say?
It just it depends. I mean, we're going to cut weight.
You are?
We're going to be cutting weight.
Okay.
I mean, Max is a big guy. There's two things I always get when I post a picture. When I post a picture with me in DC, people are always kind of surprised, like, well, he's not as big as I thought. You know, he's just compact.
Yeah.
And when I post a picture with me and Max, it's always, holy smokes, he's huge. I mean, Max is massive. Like Max is a very large 155er, really. Like now that he's had time to do this, and you know that a large 55er is a 70 naturally.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna have a weight cut. But that being said, it's not one of those you have to fear, you have to worry about. So we've been able to focus purely on performance and say like, hey, like how do we perform better in the next session? How do we recover from the session earlier today? And only focus on that. And when you can only focus on performance for a literal performance athlete, like that makes all the difference in the world.
I can imagine. Makes your job a lot more, I think, fun and rewarding because you're not worrying about the losing weight part.
Exactly. And there's such a team with Max. Again, with Max, it's a family. Like everyone has a role, and it's even like his wife Alessa. Like she's doing a lot of the cooking, like all through camp, and she's making sure that he's following the plan and he's doing exactly what he should do and holding him accountable there. And then we have Ivan, you know, his head striking coach. Ivan's the one you see out there with the mitts and Ivan's like literally a chef, like an actual chef coming up. So like we're here in Vegas. And like he's cooking for the whole team. And like Max can eat that too now. So like Max can enjoy the same food that his whole team's eating right now. And like Ivan's just making these huge big meals.
So how does that impact you? Because sometimes you're making the meals, or most of the time.
So we're kind of tag teaming what it needs to be. Like the more like the pre-workout, post-workout, snacks, breakfast. There's all kinds of different things. And Ivan's cooking these huge dinners every single night that we can all just enjoy as a team. You know, and Max gets to take part of that as a team. And it's just, again, everyone, when Max fights, it's like everyone shows up. Like everyone does what they can to just make that life easier.
Can you take us inside? Like, what's he eating? Because this is a guy who typically fights at 55 these days, has fought at 45. It didn't seem like there was a push that, he's getting too big for 55, but you don't want him to look out of shape. You don't want him to be soft. You want him to be strong, as you say, performance. So like, what's a typical day like for Max as far as his diet is concerned?
Yeah, correct. So we're eating a lot of carbohydrates.
Okay.
It's the primary fuel source of the body is carbs here. So we are getting those to the point that there's times it's like uncomfortable. Like, hey, yeah, dude, we can eat even more. It's just surprising because when you've had to worry so much in the past about hitting certain limits here, like we have maximums. Well, now we have minimums. Like, hey, we're just trying to hit at least this amount. So we're getting moderate protein, plenty of protein to still recover from those, but we're eating very high carbohydrate. Because again, it's a lot.
Like
of
what
protein.
kind of carbohydrate?
He's a Hawaiian boy, so we're eating a lot of rice.
Okay.
There's been a lot of things like poke and a lot of fruit, fresh fruits. Pretty much all the kind of things that he enjoys anyway. And the beauty is that then, because like where we do have that flexibility to enjoy things outside as well. It's like it was on his YouTube channel. Jack Jack came in.
Yeah.
Came in for camp, and it was awesome. So we're getting ready to go. We get to go around and experience some of the traditional Hawaiian foods and do things like that as well. So you just also have that just, I guess that emotional aspect of it, and why this has been so much fun is there's not a concern. Even though we are going to cut, there's not a concern of missing weight. I've seen this guy make weight at 45 from levels that don't make physiological sense. He's just Max, and there's no one like him, so he will do whatever it takes. And now that we don't have to worry about that, it just relieves a lot of pressure, and you just get to have that emotional baggage off and just have fun.
Do you kind of wish it was always like this? Like,
Absolutely.
would you be more involved maybe in MMA if there wasn't that weight cutting component and it was just about performance?
Yeah, absolutely. There would be more. There would be a lot of fighters who aren't involved in MMA still involved with MMA if they would have cut less.
Right.
You know, it's just such a. I don't know if the fan even understands. Most fighters are crossing 2 weight classes to even get to their weight class. So like a 45er may have to cross welterweight and then cross lightweight to get to featherweight. You know, and like, that's absurd. When you're crossing 2 weight classes you could have fought at just to make that weight. And at the end of the day, it's a performance competition, right? It's a butt kicking contest. So we're asking people to go perform at their highest level, but then they're putting themselves or management and coaches and matchmakers, I guess to an extent, are putting these guys in a position where they're having to eat to be underfueled, right? I mean, calories are energy. It is literally a measurement of energy. To lose weight, you have to be in an energy deficit. So we're asking guys to be in an energy deficit, meaning less energy than you need to perform for this whole long camp. And now we're going to give them 24, 32 hours to rehydrate and say, now we need you to perform at your absolute best with the most energy possible and perform at the highest level. That's crazy. No other sport does that. So I think that so many fighters would see their career extended. I think they would get to have more of those crazy moments, the Max Gaethje moment, because the more you can show up, it's probability and statistics. The more you're able to show up, the more chances you have of having one of those amazing highlights, right? And so many of these fighters put themselves in a position with the weight cuts where they can't even fight that often.
So you've been in this a long time. Would you say it has gotten better? Weight cutting, the athlete, the way he or she thinks, like it was somewhat primitive in the early days, right? Has it gotten better? Has it evolved, or is it still kind of in the dark ages?
Yeah, it has gotten exponentially better.
It has.
It really,
How so?
One of the best things that I'll say the best investment the UFC has made since The Ultimate Fighter is the UFC Performance Institute. I think it's one of the absolute best things they could have ever done, and I still think there's so many fighters not taking advantage of it. It's like now you don't have an excuse. Like maybe you don't want to hire your own person, but you have Charles Stoll, who like Charles is the director of performance nutrition for the UFCPI. He's one of the most brilliant dietitians in the world. It's like you have him at your disposal for free. Like it's your fault if you're not using that guy. So they have all the tools they need now to make it that way, but there still needs to be a bit of a cultural shift. And, you know, this might make some mad. I mean, again, I'll say it because I'm not really looking to take on many more fighters. I will take on some more, but I think managers are to blame for a whole lot of it.
How so? Tell me.
They put guys in position. You know, they'll put guys in a position where it's like, hey, we need you to fight this time. It's like, well, a fighter is a fighter. They're going to say yes no matter what. And fighters aren't the most cognitive when it comes to their own health. That's why they have a team. They should have a team. They should have a dietitian. They have their strength coaches. These people should get together and make a decision on whether this fighter should fight it or not. But managers will oftentimes bring this fight to the fighter, and there's never even a discussion of like, well, hey, how's your weight? Like what does this camp even need to look like for you to make weight? You know, so they're putting these fighters a lot of times in a position where they're just having to cut way too much weight in way too short of a time. And maybe that can be put on, you know, the way the UFC does things too. And maybe the fighter and the management, I'm not trying to blame managers, but maybe they know that if they say no, the fighter gets put back, you know, back in line. And that is, you know, a likely possibility.
So it doesn't happen where they, from your experience, hey, opportunity, short notice, etc. Fighter says, hey, let me talk to Tyler, let me talk to my nutritionist if this is safe, if this is smart. That doesn't happen enough in your opinion?
That rarely happens.
Okay.
And I will say, like, now that we even kind of say it like that, that's on the fighter too. You know, the fighter needs to be walking at a weight that can do that, right? Like they need to be walking at a weight where they can make that decision. You know, because again, at the end of the day, when the manager presents it, a fighter's going to take it no matter what. I do wish sometimes that managers would sometimes hold that fighter more accountable and say, hey, I had this fight offer, but I'm not going to let you do it. Because me and your team talked and you can't safely make the weight. And I would love for you to have taken that, but I care too much about you to let you risk that. So we're taking this off the table. But let that be a lesson to you. Start walking lighter.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you paid attention at all to One Championship and their hydration tests and all that stuff? Is that something that should be adopted here? They're the only ones that do it. And I'll be lying if I say like I completely understand what they're doing and if it's exactly on the up and up. But based on what you know, what do you think of it?
Yeah, so I have some one FC athletes like Jackie Bunton. So, you know, like I'm very familiar with the process. I don't think it really fixes it at all.
It doesn't. Why not?
You still see some things like there's still fighters cutting weight multiple times in a week, you know, just to make weight. For instance, you know, like with Jackie, for instance, she's professional, so she sees it as like I just got to walk lighter, you know, like I got to make sure I'm walking lighter so I'm not cutting so much. But you still have a lot that are just cutting multiple times in a week and finding ways to kind of cheat that hydration. I mean, wrestlers have been doing it for years. I think the only fix to weight cutting is to increase the opportunities, so add more weight classes. I really think that's the only way you will ever see smaller weight cuts.
Okay. So the thing that some people criticize boxing for, too many belts, too many weight classes, from a safety standpoint, it's better for the fighters. 55 to 70 is a massive jump.
Yes.
70 to 85, massive jump.
Yes.
85 to 205, massive jump. You could probably stick at least one in between, if not two.
Yes, and that is the way I would do it. Again, I understand why you wouldn't want to if I'm a
The promoter doesn't want it,
Yeah, I totally understand why promoters wouldn't want to do that. I'm just saying if you want to really have an impact on weight cutting, that is the only shot you have, is to just increase the opportunity of athletes to fight at other weight classes.
So if you're saying the last time we spoke was DC Vulcan, if you're saying that, I'll have to verify.
It was around that. No matter what, it was around that.
So this is pre-morning weigh-ins and ceremonial weigh-ins. How do you feel about that? 9 a.m. to 11. So, you know, back in the day, obviously there was just the one weigh-in in the afternoon. Now you've got the 9 to 11 usually, and then there's that, you know, period of 36 or so hours. Does this help anything?
It hurts some fighters. It helps others. It hurts some fighters because some will now, there's kind of a joke among fighters, I didn't miss weight, I just ran out of time. And it is true. Like a lot of guys, if they had more time, they would have done it. But it's like, well, you missed.
Yeah.
So I do think some, I think it's gotten better now that they've gotten used to it. But I think some, especially at first, would just run out of time because they were like, well, I'm just going to wake up early on Friday and cut it all still. You know, like used to, they would just cut Friday anyway. But you wake up, your body's not really ready to raise that core temperature and start sweating immediately. So I think a lot of people struggled to make weight with that. I think it's just poor planning on the timing, because I think most fighters who are doing it right now do the majority of their cut Thursday night and wake up on weight, or they just do a little bit more Friday morning. Some are still doing it on Friday, all on Friday morning, but they just know their bodies, and that's fine. But what it does do, if you're doing this correctly, it gives you more time to rehydrate and refuel, which is ultimately the most important thing, because we're trying to get your health back. We're trying to get you fully refueled, trying to get all that fluid around the brain again. So I do think it was a great move. I think, fighters just need to be smart about their timing.
Has there ever been a situation, you don't have to tell us the fighter, but where you felt this was getting to be unsafe and unhealthy, the weight cut? You're a fighter yourself, and if you bring this up, you're going to be shunned, right? It's sort of like a fighter in a fight. They get mad when a corner stops the fight. Don't stop it. Let me go out of my shield. Fighter wants to keep going. But you think this is unsafe, unhealthy, what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah? And what do you do in that situation?
I tell the fighters, I've told coaches before, okay, I don't think they should do this.
Okay.
And a lot of times it is. I've never once seen a fighter, outside of some really crazy health things happening, I've never seen a fighter at the weight that they were supposed to be at for camp miss weight. This doesn't happen. When a fighter misses weight, they just weren't at the weight they should be.
When they started.
Right? Yeah, when they started. Because it's again, when we're looking at weight loss throughout camp, like I tell fighters, like, we want to show up fight week, no more. Men, women are even less. Men, we want to show up fight week no more than 10% over the weight class. Ideally less, but no more than 10% over the weight class. So then I tell them, like, reverse engineer that. Do the math on that. Times 0.1, I'm not going to go into the formula. They can Google it.
Okay.
But 10% over the weight class to show up fight week. Then reverse engineer how much weight they need to lose every single week to get there. and it could be like 3 or 4 pounds. Some of these guys. I'm like, do you realize like how much of a calorie deficit that requires? Like when we're looking at it is around 500 calorie deficit a day for a week is 3,500 calories. That's a pound of fat. That's a pretty solid number. So we're saying you need to be in a 500 calorie deficit a day to lose a pound a week. You got to lose 2. Now you're gonna be in 1,000 calorie deficit. It's like when you really start putting the math to it, it starts to raise eyebrows. And you know, I've talked myself out of a lot of work with fighters over the years too. It wasn't that I just started firing fighters. It was just when fighters would call, I would be very honest and say like, I don't think you're in a good position. Well, do you think I can make it? Like I think you probably will be able to make it, but I don't think you'll be able to recover and fight to your full capability. And I don't want to put my name on that because again, I care about the athlete.
Of course, yeah.
So I do think that there's you know, when you start putting it into terms of math, or what I'll do sometimes is like, okay, if we show up at this, like how much weight did you cut last fight? I'm like, I like 20, 15 pounds. How many hours in the sauna or hot tub did it take to do that? And then they'll tell me. I'm like, okay, well now you're 5 pounds heavier. So think how many more hours we have to do that.
Gee.
And you start talking to it in sweat time.
Yeah.
That means you're gonna have to spend this much more time doing it. They start really thinking. So it's just getting the fighters to understand. And it's not healthy. There is no weight cut that is healthy. It's just we want to do it as healthy as possible.
You mentioned women, by the way. Is there a big difference?
Yes.
Really? How so?
I tell women to just assume you're going to get your period. Like just go ahead and
At some
assume it.
point.
Like during fight week.
Oh, really?
Just assume because you don't always know. And the
Okay.
cycle gets thrown off by stress.
Okay,
The calories being dropped. Cycle gets thrown haywire anyway. I can't tell you how many times women have like, well, I just had it 2 weeks, or I just had it 2 weeks ago. I won't get it fight week. Bam, surprise.
Wow.
So I just expect it, because then if we expect it, we kind of know. And then once that happens, they can't be exposed to the same amount of heat. Like the same amount of heat that they were exposed to before in the water or the sauna will have a much greater stress response now if they're on
What's
their
stress
cycle
response?
during- stress response, they will start to release antidiuretic hormones. They'll actually hold the water. Cortisol will increase. We'll just see their body will literally start fighting against what's happening because their body temperature is already up. Their body's in a very stressful, traumatic. I mean, it's a very traumatic thing going on. So they're already in this position, and now they're going to expose themselves to high heat to try to push this sweat out. Like it's not a good thing. So I very much encourage women to walk, much lighter.
Okay.
Like ideally on that, like if we could be around 6% over the weight class when we show up fight week, pretty confident in that. But
Some of the things that you still see fighters doing, and certainly in the old days, like I remember a bike in the sauna,
Yeah.
right? Like all these things. Has that gotten better? Have they gone smarter, or are they still doing crazy shit like that?
you still see some of the craziness, and I mean, I'll be honest, when it gets to the point that maybe they were so heavy that you've done everything right, but now we're just at the last few minutes and we have got to do something. You still sometimes pull out those things.
Okay.
We just gotta sweat, man. Like we got to figure it out. I remember times with DC.
Oh my God.
One of these days, I'm gonna just write a book on camps with Cormier is what I'll call it.
Oh my God. And Cormier at light heavyweight,
Yeah.
not heavyweight.
I'll probably do it on my deathbed, like so he
Yeah,
won't
so he
kill
can't
me. Yeah,
Were you with him in
he'll
Buffalo?
probably go before me. Yeah,
You were there in Buffalo.
yeah. Wait, I believe which one
Buffalo
was
with the towel.
that? No, that was the before me. That was the first. I got hired the
Rumble
very
Johnson.
next one.
You were the next one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, very next one.
I'll never forget that one.
Same.
He goes
I
on
was
the
there
scale.
with Chris Weidman. That's where I met you. I was
That's
there
right.
with Chris Weidman.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was. I remember. We were in the back, and I remember all that going down, and just like looking and like watching all this happening, thinking, "What in the world just
He
happened?"
was like 4 or 5 pounds over, then he comes back and he's under. It was
That's
so good.
man can cut weight.
It was so good.
But
no one saw it coming.
That was just wild.
Right in front of us.
But I remember times with DC. My first time with DC was the John Jones 2.
Okay.
And like we woke up on weight. He looked amazing. I mean, there's this one picture that I have, and I love this picture, and he's just looking outside the window. He was actually listening to I can remember this. Wow, I hadn't thought about it, but I Believe I Can Fly. Like he was listening to this song, just like really, like emotional, and just getting, like kind of getting his heart and mind ready. And dude, he just has like these he has abs.
Yeah.
He's got those big like power lifter abs. He just looks so good. But then he gets older. Some of these fights were a little bit shorter notice. So then some of the last 205 ones got a little bit tough. And I remember times we were just right down to the wire. Like we got to do this. And the same thing with DC. There's a team of people. And I remember there's times like we have we have the sauna here, and we have a bicycle here, and like we got someone on each handlebar and someone on each pedal just helping him go, just trying to just keeping him moving. So sometimes when it gets to the end there, you just got to do whatever it takes. Yeah, gosh, I'm getting nostalgic. I saw DC yesterday. Every time I see him, like you couldn't pay me enough to go back and do one of those camps, especially
right?
now. Stressful, and again, I have a wife and kids, but man,
Was he a good student? Like, would he listen?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he really was.
He wouldn't sneak in like some donuts or something. Or
There, I would imagine there was some sneaks in there, but he was committed, and dude just trained so hard. But
Yeah.
man, I do miss those camps. Like I love DC. Like that was the first really big name I ever worked with, and dude, I learned lessons from DC. Again, I've not really thought about all this, and just kind of getting in a nostalgic moment because I'm kind of old for this now. Like I'm a veteran in the weight cut space. Is he just some of the lessons I learned from him that have put me in the position where I'm at, like even like working with SEALs and everything. As far as dietetics go, I have a very top-notch, job and a very good name in the dietetics world. And a lot of that comes from DC.
Wow.
Like some of just the business development and things he used to teach me. I remember one time, if you can let me digress.
Of course.
Here. I remember one time there was just, Embedded was just there, and DC was like, come over here, T. He always called me T. He was like, just sit down here. I was like, all right. And he just talking to Embedded and just doing stuff. And I remember I was like, what was that for? He's like, you need to find every opportunity to be on camera when I'm on camera. He's like, dude, like get there. Like you're working hard here with me. Like let them see you doing the work. I was like, okay. Because I actually tried to stay out, you know, and little things like that. And it would be like, hey, like always, put the fighter first, but like, man, you got like you have bills to pay and such. Like it's like, man, make a name for yourself in this. And DC was kind of the first one to really push that and help me. And he's DC. He's a stressful friend to have, but he's you can't get caught slipping. In fact, he saw me yesterday, and all this media is filming. There's signs everywhere that say "Quiet, please, filming in progress." He sees me and he screams my name and is just talking to me as loud as he can, and all the media people stop. And I'm like, what the heck? He don't care.
Yeah,
he's just DC does what he wants, but man, he's just such a big heart and means a lot to me.
I mentioned your fighting background as well. Talked about your record before you came in. When you're with someone like Max for 4 or so weeks, do you help at all with training, or is it strictly diet, food, nutrition, all that stuff?
I'll jump in on training.
Okay,
I will. Not as much with smaller guys.
Right.
With DC, there's a picture of me with my nose crushed. He literally, every time my wife elbows me for snoring, I'm like, that was DC, breaking my nose. I would do a lot with him, but like even this one, like I jumped in on some sparring stuff and some grappling. I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, so I can provide some, good resistance when it comes to on the ground for sure. But there's no part of me. And I fought at welterweight in 185. I'm actually a little bit lighter now than I used to be when I would cut to 170. I'm 198, 200 pounds right now, float between that. But there's no part of me that can mimic Conor McGregor.
And is there a chance that he feels and looks so good at 170 that he stays at 170, or do you think this is just for this fight?
I can't speak to that, the business side, but I can speak to just Max as a person. I think he fights wherever they want him. Like I really
Because
do.
earlier when I was talking to John, he's like, yeah, he looks good. We're expecting the best, but he's never been hit by a 170-pounder. And yes, Conor isn't a traditional 170-pounder, but I don't know. Like, as you say, he's big. He looks healthy. Do you think there's a chance where he's like, man, life is good at 170. Maybe I'm just going to stay here.
I mean, he's been saying, again, I can say this. I don't like to talk about fighters' kind of personal opinions and things like this, but he's been saying this, all week. Is like, dude, he's even interested in Islam. He's interested in just whoever. Though. Like Max just wants to fight, and he wants to fight the best. So if someone is considered like better, or the media or the general public thinks there's someone that can beat Max, like he wants to fight him. So I could see him doing anything, but. John's not wrong when it comes to there is something to be said about getting hit by someone at like a heavier class, but there's also something to be said about being at a heavier class and not having that weight cut to weaken your neck and pull fluids from your brain. And at the end of the day, he's Hawaiian, man. There's just something about being Hawaiian. There's some of the toughest people on the planet.
So for, let's say today, could you tell us, like, what's he eating? Are you allowed to share that with us? I'm just fascinated by what the choices are when he eats.
Yeah, to an extent. Like we did a high carbohydrate smoothie this morning.
Okay.
I'm just kind of get the day started. We'll probably do something like
So when I think of a smoothie, I think of fruit. I think what
we'll
are
do
carbs
fruit.
that you put in the smoothie?
Depending on what the session will be, but we'll do oats, fruit, honey,
Okay.
mix these kind of things. Like it'll
Okay.
be dates, whatever we need to kind of get that content up. We'll go with that. Like lunch could be something like rice and a lean meat.
Okay.
It's pretty much always what it's going to be.
Yeah, at
He
this
likes
point,
rice, and
yeah.
rice is such an easy, versatile kind
Does
of
it
thing.
does it have to be brown?
No, in fact, we usually do white. White's easier to digest than brown.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a
In general.
Yep, in general.
You would suggest it for the average folk?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a slightly greater fiber content to brown rice. It's a very, very small amount, but there's also some anti-nutrients in brown rice that aren't with white. So
Okay.
it's a super scientific, complex model here. But this is brown rice and this is white rice. They just take, and when I say white rice, everybody laughs. Apparently, I sound really country when I say this.
Yeah.
But white rice is they just take the husk off, and that's
Okay.
it. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just huskless.
Okay.
But in that husk, there are some like anti-nutrients. So some people, will even have some like gut irritation with that. So white rice is actually a little bit like easier digestible.
Okay.
So yeah, completely okay to do that, and like I said, we'll do a lot of it. And then we'll do some snacks. It could be anywhere like Greek yogurt with a lot of berries. We'll throw some chocolate in there, honey, bananas, granola, nuts, like whatever we do, get that calorie content up and keep that. And then dinner will look a lot like lunch.
Okay.
We're doing a lot of rehydration shakes. It's hot. It's hot in Hawaii. It's hot in Vegas.
What does that
Making
mean?
sure.
Well, like, what's in a rehydration?
Just
shake?
plenty of sodium, potassium, carbohydrates. It
Okay.
could be from a supplement form, or we'll do a lot of like fresh squeezed juices. We do a lot of like coconut water with watermelon and sodium or salt, and mix that up. It's kind of just anytime you've had a really hard session, you've been sweating a lot. It's really nice to get some like fresh squeezed, watermelon juice.
Yes.
So it's feeding a performance athlete, and that's the beauty of it. Nutrition is it is a science, and fighting is the one sport that just often doesn't really see it so much as that. It just kind of becomes a diet. Like it's just feed less, like eat less. And even the guys who are cutting, oftentimes just aren't eating enough. They're not eating enough to perform at the level that they should and still make the weight. So you'll see fighters sometimes show up to fight week and be unable to cut the weight and make the weight purely because they were so under recovered. Their bodies are just done because they were just starving themselves during camp. And again, so like we don't have to worry about doing that whatsoever. We're just feeding to perform.
As an aside, not necessarily for the fighters, but just for the general public, just curious, all this creatine talk that I hear about, good, bad, like it, don't like it?
Great.
Great.
I think everyone should take creatine.
Okay.
From
Like, what should a regular dude who's in his 40s take?
5 grams is kind of like creatine monohydrate is kind of like the barrier of entry to
Morning,
health
night?
benefits. Doesn't matter. Same time every day.
Just
a lot of
water?
Yep, just mix it with water. I tell a lot of people just do it in the morning because it's easier to remember. You can habit stack. So if you always do something in the morning, like you always go get your coffee in the morning, we'll keep your creatine next to your coffee.
Yeah.
It's just easy to remember that way. Fighters, oftentimes, there's some really good reason to look closer to that 10 grams a day. We tend to see a little bit more of the barrier of entry to the cognitive and the brain health aspects of that at 10. And creatine's long been known purely for its performance benefits. Like they make your muscles work harder, faster, stronger for longer. But now, gladly, I'm happy about this, but now what you're seeing creatine talked about the most for is the brain health. It's being used in studies and people to work with Alzheimer's, dementia, any TBI related sport, which fighting. These guys should just be doing it constantly.
Okay.
It should be a big. I think fighters should be doing it all through camp, 5 to 10 grams. I think then if their head is compromised in the fight, like they should go higher dose for a very short time, like a week, and then just go back down to their maintenance dose. But it's very safe. I mean, it's still make sure you get from a third party company that'll have that third party seal of approval. If you're a fighter, especially, don't take anything that's not.
Right.
But yeah, it's a very safe product it's shockingly effective.
Peptides?
Oh, cool. Well, yeah,
Good,
that's
bad?
we don't know.
We don't know.
That's kind of
Wild West?
That's kind of the thing. Athletes stay away.
Stay away.
I mean, number one, it's you're floating in that gray
it a
area of
PED?
legal and
Yeah.
I mean, we could have the argument of what's a PED. What was it? I think Chael Sonnen said everything he does is to enhance his performance, whether
Right.
it's breakfast. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything's a PED.
Right.
It's I do it to enhance. But the thing with peptides is there's no long-term human research on it. That gives pause for sure, but that doesn't always mean it's bad. That just means that they've not done that yet, and they might not ever. There's the argument that could be made of who is going to conduct that long-term research on something that's not a pharmaceutical. So you get into that gray area, but again, we have to look at safety and efficacy when it comes to that. And then if we don't know, I would just feel really, again, especially with athletes, I would never tell an athlete they should do it because we just don't know.
Okay.
Just don't know. I do think the biggest issue you're seeing with them though is there is one for almost everything. There really truly is one that can help with just about everything. So it's kind of putting people in the position where they're looking for shortcuts again. That's become super popular. It's like you could take a peptide to help with this specific thing, or you could just like move more and eat a little bit less, and I get that's complicated and it might be harder than that, but I do think a lot of people are going to peptides because there are benefits. I mean, there are some they're absolutely extraordinary in what they do. So people are going to these instead of just exhausting all of their natural resources and options first.
Okay.
And then
shortcut.
they're
That's like
using it as a bit of a shortcut.
the GLP-1 stuff, right?
Yes, but to be fair though, I think that could be one of the greatest breakthroughs ever. I think it can be great.
Yeah, how?
If because the main thing these are doing, they're lowering blood sugar and doing things here too, but they're taking the food noise away, right? They're literally making people just not hungry, like not think about food. So if I have the average person who is overweight or obese, they are that way because they're eating a energy rich, so high calorie, energy rich, nutrient poor diet. Well, now I'm going to give them this thing that just makes them not hungry. If they don't change their habits, they're going to eat the same things they were eating. They're just not going to eat as much. So now they're eating an energy poor, nutrient poorer diet. So they're still just getting super malnourished. But if you take someone who's overweight or obese, you have them take this drug that is going to reduce that food noise while they're developing all these habits. Because why does anyone give up on a diet? Anyone gives up on a diet because they're hungry. I mean, it's
Right.
just go back to the old ways. So now we have this thing, well, that it can take care of that. So now let's spend this time while we're taking this GLP to develop the habits necessary to where when we get off of it, we have a whole new set of habits. And then you get off of it and you maintain those new habits. And when it comes to that, I mean, I've had general population clients with amazing success.
Okay.
Starting them and getting off of them and continuing to lose weight. But again, the problem is people are just taking them, not changing their habits. I mean, they're not resistance training. They're not, eating high protein, good quality carbohydrates. They're still drinking a lot and drinking a lot of calories. And these people just gain that weight back and then some, which will always be the case.
Right. Are these the kinds of things that you're talking about on the Truth Serum podcast?
Yeah.
Are these the types of topics? It's more like for everyday people, right?
Yeah, and I have some. So I'll have people on.
Okay.
Like I'll have people on as well, and we'll get into what that person's expertise is. Like I might have a strength coach on. We're going to talk strength. I had Eric Nicksick on. I want to talk about coaching, so we'll talk about that, and then I'll have standalone episodes too, where we just get to the nitty gritty of simplifying the science. Because I like to say that that's one thing that I'm good at. Maybe it's the country boy in me. I'm a very simple man. I think that the most important thing we can do as professionals and experts is simplify the science and make it palatable and tangible for people to understand. Because if I'm going to talk about nutrition at this level that only other nutrition nerds like me can understand, I'm not helping anyone. I'm just talking in this echo chamber. So I want to take it and make it as simple and digestible as possible that anyone can understand it. And if they don't, I'm going to try to figure it out. If I have to get crayons and a piece of printer paper, I'm going to put it in a way that they can understand. And that is the goal of that podcast.
You do that. You do it very well.
I appreciate that.
So good to reconnect with you, man. I'm really, really happy to see you part of this again. It's nostalgic for me too.
It's wild.
Seeing faces like yours and Kavanagh and everyone. I know you're on opposite sides of the fence for this particular one, but this is great. So you're here with Max, and then you go back to the SEALs afterwards.
Yep, Virginia Beach. I'll be back to VHP and
the real heroes.
Doing that thing. It's again, not to go off on a hole, but it's working with those guys has been one of it's a blessing. It really is. It was something I felt called to do when it was first presented, and it's just been amazing. You're helping people who just appreciate it. They need it. I mean, winning and losing looks a lot different for those guys. It's living and dying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they see that and appreciate that, and I feel like I get to serve the ones who serve. So,
do me a favor and sign this for us, will you? Yeah, do you mind? We're having all our guests right anywhere you want over there.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and then we're going to donate to charity anywhere. Go do whatever you want. Tyler Minton is his name. Yep, there he is. Truth Serum Podcast. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on Spotify, Apple, right?
Yes,
all those spots. He'll be there with Max Holloway. Where will you be on fight night?
Watching.
In the arena?
Yeah.
All right. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Great to reconnect with you. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. He is the man, and he's doing great things. Check out his podcast as well. The boys are going to walk you out over there. But thank you, Tyler. All the best. Thanks for stopping by and reconnecting with us. Great to catch up with him after all these years. He was a big-time part. Oh, we're going to lock him out there. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Great stuff there from Tyler, who I think just saw our next guest very briefly as well. How are we doing? Is everyone doing good? Everyone doing good?
We're having a great time.
Are you having a fantastic time?
Happy to be here.
Wow. So many text messages, Andy. I'm so popular today.
It is your birthday.
It is my birthday. It is my birthday.
Would you rather not have all the text messages?
No, it's nice to be loved.
You want to read them on air? Let's hear them.
Let's see. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? Wow, there's a lot going on here. I'll tell you that much. But everyone is so nice, and we're doing it. How's the audio sounding, chat? You guys doing well?
This is so great.
Ooh, that sounded nice.
I love that you asked the chat now instead of asking.
I don't
us.
believe you guys, but here's the problem. The chat is lying to me. I know they're lying to me. Ariel, let's see you play darts. Okay. ADHD, happy birthday. Give me a thumbs up in the chat, will ya? Come on, guys. Why is Frank hiding? Frank, are you hiding?
It says, no, I'm not hiding.
Sounds amazing.
Pretty sure it says, is Frank
Yeah,
hiding?
I'm like, what are you reading?
No.
I think you were asking why I'm hiding.
I was maybe editorializing a little bit there, Frankie. But we're all good. Everyone's saying we're good. Yeah. How dare you? I think it was fine. Yeah, I think it was fine too. I think we're doing well. We are ready. Okay, let me take a little sip. After our last guest, PT, GC, Rick are going to join me as well. We'll talk a little Las Vegas 329. I think Media Day is happening now as well. And we're also headed over to the MMA Awards. So stay tuned for all of that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But anytime we come to Las Vegas, we always try to link up with one of the very best coaches and one of my favorite people in the game. He is the head man over at Xtreme Couture, very busy. One of his fighters competing on this UFC 329 card, Kavanagh III, left the UFC, came back, had a nice run, won his return fight, fighting Luke Riley on Saturday. But he has a tremendous roster of guests, and he's joining us right here now. Yeah, there he is. Isn't this nice? It's sort of like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, right?
This is welcome to my home.
Thank you. Great to see you, man. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. I heard a big pop there when Tyler walked out.
Yeah,
Was that you seeing Tyler? Yeah, because he mentioned you as well.
Yeah, I like Tyler a lot.
Have you ever worked with him, or you're just buds?
Yeah, we've worked quite a few times together.
Okay.
He's really good at his job, man. Like, he's an asset when you allow him to do his job, right? Like, a lot of times I think when nutritionists and people come in, other coaches want to kind of take over or keep that same. Like, that's what you hire the guy for, let him do his job, and he's amazing at it.
He actually mentioned something very briefly. I want to ask you about it. Like, he says sometimes a fight gets presented to a fighter and the nutrition aspect doesn't get considered. Like, the manager, the fighter don't consider shit. Like, how much do I weigh? How much do I have to cut? This, that, and the other. And he wishes it was a little bit more collaborative.
Yep.
As coach, agree or disagree?
100%. I think that's something that has worked really well with the PI. We work hand in hand with them, whether it's the physical therapy, the strength and conditioning, the nutrition. It's all built in one shop. So it's very nice. Like, right now we're working on getting Dan Ige down to bantamweight, and every day we're talking to all three facets of the PI. So we know what our practices look like, what his calorie intake might be, his energy systems, and all those things. But having somebody like Tyler involved is super important, because it allows him to do his job to the best of his abilities too.
Why is Dan going down?
It's something we talked about in the past. When he fought Calvin Kattar, I remember looking at Calvin and Dan in the cage and thinking to myself, man, that's a big featherweight, and there's been some other, like Sean Woodson. There's some dudes that are big dudes. We went back after he fought Kattar, and we tested to see if he can make it down to 35. And Charles didn't think it was a good idea at the time. And then we retested him again after the Melky Costa fight, and he said, I think this is obtainable.
Okay.
So we just got to get rid of a little bit of muscle mass and see how it goes. So we're actually doing a mock cut on Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll cut down to 140, and then we'll spar and see how he feels. And
wow.
We'll go from there.
Is that the protocol when someone wants to move down?
Yeah, I think it's a good systematic protocol, right? Kind of see how you feel, see how the cut goes, and then furthermore, like, go spar or do a hard activity after to see kind of how you feel. Now, he's not going to have the rehydration that he would after like a regular normal cut, but we'll have about, probably about 12, 13 hours in between. So it should be good.
Okay. How are you?
I'm great, man. Good to be home.
Life good?
Yeah, everything's good, man.
Home game this weekend?
Home game. We have Zach Reese and Kai Kamaka.
Yep.
So a lot of good guys. And then Joe Benzula just lands tonight, so he'll be in town. We're going to train with Joe.
Summer League.
Summer League, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You're going to train with him?
Yeah, train with Joe.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you do with him?
A lot of times we'll just do just MMA stuff, really, feet to the floor.
General
Okay. Stuff. If he's working on anything specific, then we'll kind of dial it in. But I actually linked him up with Mark Delagrati, so he's training with Delagrati out in
Old
Boston
school.
now. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But he's awesome. Like, when Joe's on the road, bro, like, he'll, all right, I'm in Denver. Where do you got? And I'm like, all right, you're going to Elliot Marshall. You're gonna go train there.
He'll do that.
Oh yeah.
And he'll just walk in.
Yeah. Well, I'll call Elliot.
Yeah.
He'll go and train with Elliot, or he'll go to, like, when he was in Philly, he was like, call John Marquez. And they were playing the 76ers. And I was like, hey, don't greenlight my guy, bro.
Yeah.
No, I got him, man. We'll take care of him.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's like that. He's training everywhere he goes.
And so when he's here for Summer League, like, how often will you train with him?
We'll train this entire week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently, like, a lot of his obligations for Summer League, like, he doesn't have to do a whole hell
Sure,
of a
yeah.
lot.
He's not coaching, yeah.
He's not coaching. So he's able to come in and get some work in. So we'll work today. We'll go to dinner tonight. He'll be in tomorrow for sparring. He's not going to spar, but he'll come in and watch rounds and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So, like, that's how we actually met. He wanted to come in and kind of learn how we corner and, like, how he can manage his timeouts better and things like that. That's when they lost to the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
So they hit me up and were like, hey, Joe wants to meet with you and kind of sit down. So it was myself and Brad and Dan Ige, and we met for 3 or 4 hours, man, and kind of talked about the cornering and the timeouts and how to manage those things.
Oh, that's fascinating. I didn't know about that aspect.
Yeah.
So like when he'll go to sparring tomorrow, is he trying to? He's a very cerebral guy, right? I'm not a Celtics fan, but I do appreciate the way he handles things, the media, the players, etc. So he will talk to you about the psychology, about the approach, especially when you only have like a minute to get the word across.
Exactly. Like, how do we structure the corner, the 1 minute in between? And of course, like in NBA, you're going to have 15 people in a huddle, right?
Yeah.
For us, it's the fighter and 2 coaches and 1 on the outside. But how do you manage that energy systems during that time and kind of what we go through, right? The breathing process and the instruction, and then maybe it's a motivational thing or passing it off to the other coach. He had Sam Cassell with him that time too. So he's like, so when do I pass it over to Sam, or when do I do this or this or that? He's like, one thing he mentioned too, he's like, Jason Tatum always has something he wants to say, but we don't ever want to run over top of each other. And I was like, well, just make it more systematic to where it's like, hey, I'm going to take the first 30 seconds, but what you have to say is very important. I want you to be able to have the floor, but I got to say these things first and I'll pass it over to you. So it became more of a system for him.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
really
that
cool.
stuff. I texted you after Manel's win, Manel
Yeah.
Kep's win. I was so impressed because honestly, I didn't think it was looking good for him.
Right.
I thought Horiguchi was controlling the fight, and then seemed like a slight adjustment, and then all of a sudden the game's over.
Yeah.
And so what was your assessment of that? Was that going actually as you expected and there was no concern?
Well, we thought that they were going to come out and wrestle heavy. That was something that we thought. Round 1, I thought was pretty close back and forth. From a coach's standpoint, I would have edged that round for Horiguchi just to play it safe. Round 2 is obviously Horiguchi with the wrestling. Some of the things that Coach Sal and I noticed we were having a hard time with was the lead hook out of open stance. Horiguchi was throwing it more of a Russian style over the shoulder, and Manel was having a hard time reading it. And Horiguchi was doing a really good job of landing it into his fit-ins. Something that we saw in sparring as well, that Manel was staying in southpaw too long. So after round 2 was over, we kind of talked about, hey, maybe we got to move back to ortho just because they were having a hard time reading that hook. And the moment Manel moved to ortho, Coach Sal called and he's like, "Hey, right cross is coming," and Manel read it, boom, hit him with the right hand, and that was a wrap. So it's amazing when you have a guy at that weight that carries that type of power, right? Like he can equalize the fight or win the fight in a moment's notice. It's something that's very comforting to know that we always have that in our back pocket, especially in that weight class.
He's always been a very good fighter, but it seems like he's elevated his game. What's been the difference?
Honestly, I just think his mental side of things, to be honest, like I think he's always been committed, right? Like he's been a world champion in the past, but he'll tell you like he's out, he's not partying, but he's out hanging out and doing the extracurricular things. But now, especially after the Makaev fight, I feel like everything is dialed into focusing on being a world champion. And, being around Francis and being around guys that have been in the gym that have realized that full potential and seeing that firsthand and what it takes, I think it's truly helped him a lot. And just really narrowing down everything that he does, right? Like I tell guys, when you go to the grocery store, bring a shopping list, right? If you go to the store without a list, you're just buying shit you don't need and walking around aimlessly. When you show up to the store, have a list, be in, be out, do all the things that you need to be done to get done and get the hell out of there.
Okay.
So it's very important for him to just kind of make sure that he's focusing on the things that are important, the tasks at hand in the moment. And I think that's what he's been doing, and it shows.
What happened with Ali?
I told him Argentina was going to beat Egypt.
That was it, huh? And he had a problem with that, of course.
Didn't like it.
As a proud
Didn't
Egyptian.
like it. No, I mean, dude, we're brothers, man, and like we're passionate, and unfortunately, like you get an argument with your wife, it happens in the house, right? This happens more in front of people, so it became a little bit more out in public. But we've been friends for 15 years. We argue, we fight, we bicker, and literally we're over it the next day. So it wasn't that big of a deal.
I saw a picture of you guys having dinner.
Yeah,
Manel
and Ollie set up a dinner. We went to dinner, and and to his credit, man, like he said, he's like, "Look, dude, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm a man, he's a man. I think forgiveness needs to be something that we practice a lot more. I also step outside of myself and look at where he's coming from, empathy and understanding like his situation and his point. And I can understand some of the things that he's upset about. But again, when it happens in public, now, people talk about it and people know. To be honest with you, I didn't take it personally. I understand what he's upset about, and then, but it really has nothing to do with me.
Right.
So, but we got to. Well, it's all squashed. We have too much to lose, man. We have too many guys in common. We're on the brink of a title fight with Manel, but we're all good.
Are you comfortable telling us what happened, or would you?
It's really like, to be honest with you, I don't really know what happened. Right? Like,
was there a punch thrown?
Nothing that affected me.
Okay. Great answer.
Yeah, nothing that.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, but this is a fight game. It's the fight game.
With all due respect, you're the head man at Xtreme Couture. You are one of the most respected and liked people in the game. Why are we getting to that point?
I just think there's some things that are lost in translation amongst other guys in the room that needs to get squared away. And at the end of the day, that's my job, right? Like the gym, the relationships in the gym fall on me. So I need to do a better job of rectifying those relationships and making sure that we're all on the same page and that we can all work together to achieve a common goal, because it's not about us, the coaches, the managers, it's about these fighters. And they need to have a good place to be able to train and not have to worry about any drama or bullshit outside of training. The sport's hard enough.
Can I ask you bluntly, because I did see Manel and Sean going back and forth, is that the root of the issue here?
I think that's some of the stuff.
Okay.
Right? I think
has that been squared away?
No, Sean's been in Florida.
But will that be a problem if they're in the gym together?
Sean's one of those guys where it's like, even with the Poirier thing, like he says something and then he walks it back, and then
because they were publicly tweeting each other. At least Manel was tweeting him.
And I didn't even know that because I was in Baku and I was on a whole different timeline.
Okay, yeah.
And then I got back home and I was like, and then Kai was telling me, he's like, "Did you see Manel and Sean going?"
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it. So that's another conversation, because it doesn't look good for us as a gym, right? And like I said, that falls on me. I need to get that under wrap and make sure these guys are all on the same page. They share a mat together. They don't really train together. They're obviously in different weight classes. When we were out in Australia, those dudes had each other's back when Sean fought Izzy and Manel was on the card as well. So, but we need to get back to that.
You don't have to say names. I'm just curious, in your career, has there ever been a time where a fighter's like, I don't want to be in the gym with this guy? And if so, how do you navigate that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen, right?
That does happen?
It does happen. And I think a lot of it, which was unfamiliar territory to me when it comes to religion, right? Or area where somebody's from, right? And my thoughts on that are, when you walk in that gym, we're a church, right? Like, everyone's welcome, everyone's equal. We're all wearing the same uniform. We're there to help one another. If you guys don't want to train with one another, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But we're not going to spit venom back and forth because this guy was born here or this guy was raised this religion. None of that matters. For me, under our roof, we're all one, we're all the same, and we need to treat each other that way.
You mentioned Manel on the verge of a title shot. It seems like they'll do Van Pantoja. Do you think he waits?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so he doesn't fight anyone in between.
Yeah, that was part of the conversation too before the Horiguchi fight, right? Like, do we wait? And Manel's a competitor. I think just knowing that he lost to Horiguchi 9 years ago and wanted to get that back. He's a different fighter. All those elements came into play, and Horiguchi, I think, deservingly so needed that opportunity as well. So that's why we took it. But after that win, I think he's, from what I'm hearing, Van and Pantoja September, and then possibly us December or sometime
fights the
in the
winner.
new year. Yeah.
I feel like they're going to do Sean versus Hamza too, and I feel bad for Imavov.
Yeah.
I think he does. In fact, you could have made the case that he deserved it before Sean. You could have made that case.
100%.
I know that Sean had the win over him, but like the winning streak and all that stuff. How do you feel about that? As now the guy for the, who's with the champ, that it's not necessarily going to the top dog.
I don't have any feelings about it.
You can't worry about that, right?
Worry about
you just
it.
need to know who the assignment is.
Exactly. Yeah, you're a mercenary at this point.
But is it tough though, as the guy who's trying to build careers and get guys to realize their dreams, where when you get to the very, very top, it's not necessarily a meritocracy anymore, and so now you're kind of helpless, right?
Yeah, and I think we've been on both sides of the fence
Yes.
on that. when Sean lost to Cannonier, it was one of those, well, I don't think I'm ever going to get this opportunity. But for me as the coach, I'm like, listen, we're a win or two away just because you've never fought Izzy. Izzy's already cleared all this out. And then we go and beat Abus on a short notice call, or beat Imanoff and then Abus, and then look, boom, you get your title opportunity. So I think for us, it's like control what you can control, be in the room, stay ready, and when you get that call, you're able to say yes. Even in the Izzy fight when Dricus turned it down, they gave us 6 weeks?
Yeah, nothing.
But we were ready to go.
Right.
And then we took that opportunity and he was able to win.
If it is Khamzat, how do you feel about the matchup, running it back? Do you think it will look dramatically different than the first fight?
No, I think there's some adjustments that both guys need to make. Obviously it came out about Sean's shoulder injury.
Yeah.
And then, I think some of the stuff about the bad weight cut and everything else, the narrative for Khamzat on that side. So there's some backstories there that go on, but, I welcome it, man. I love the challenge. I think Khamzat is one of the best in the world for a reason, and I want to compete against the best. So if that's the guy, then so be it.
How is the shoulder?
Better. He went out to Ways the Well, set him up with Brigham out there in Austin. He got some stem cells done not too long ago, but he seems to be doing fine. I talked to him a couple days ago. I talked to Johnny yesterday. He said everything's great, training hard. So I'll head out to Austin next week for those guys and hang out and watch them fight.
For Johnny Eblin's fight?
Yeah.
Are you cornering him?
I'm going to go support.
Just as a friend?
Just
wow.
as a friend.
How often do you do that?
Very rarely. Brad was supposed to be on the OKC card, hurt his shoulder.
Okay.
So he's off. So I was like, I got a weekend. I'm going to go do stem cells myself. And Johnny's been such a great asset to the team, right? He's an ATT guy, but he'll come out and train with us and kind of cross train. So I just want to be out there to support him, and Biagio's on the card as well, and go get some stems, have some barbecue, and hang out.
Yeah. I saw another video in which Sean's like, "Get this guy over to the UFC, and then we're gonna fight each other now."
Yeah.
Yes, which I actually believe him when he says this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like he's not the type to be like, "We're friends. Like if we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight."
Oh, Ariel, pay-per-view rounds.
Oh really?
Pay-per-view rounds.
Wow,
bro.
I can imagine.
Like literally, when he was getting ready for Khamzat, we had Johnny out for the last 2 weeks. And we sparred at a different time, so the rest of the team can come in and just watch those two spar.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch, and they both just helped each other immensely. Like
5 rounds?
5 rounds, yeah.
Wow,
and they just go at it. It's just sit back and grab your popcorn, man.
Johnny's that good.
Johnny's very good.
Like if he was in the UFC, he's top 5 off the jump.
So.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so too.
I think so, and knowing Johnny as long as I have now, he's done a really good job of his blend, meaning his wrestling into his striking, into both stances. He's really evolved as a mixed martial artist. And you can see that, and what it's done is it's elevated Sean in being even better. Because when they first went, Sean got the better of Johnny. But when I remember watching those rounds, it was Johnny was very a la carte. It was like, all right, I'm striking, and now I'm going to wrestle. And it was just no blend in between. But now his movement, his footwork, his level change, all that stuff he ties in, gives Sean a lot of problems, but would make Sean better.
We haven't talked since Francis's win. We
Yeah.
talked the week of the fight.
Yeah.
What did you think of the performance? Obviously, another spectacular knockout, but I
Sure.
do remember Francis telling me, like, he was a little tougher than I thought he was going to be.
We expected that. Like
Okay.
we trained with Linz before in the past.
Yes.
So we knew he was going to be tough, and the common coaches and everything else, that it was going to be a tough fight. But with that being said, I'm glad he got some cage time in. I'm glad he got some time in there and ultimately found the finish towards the tail end there. But it wasn't like we saw a lot of adversity, but it wasn't like just he's going to go out there and just mow this guy down, And it was great to have a camp, right? Like it's good to have him back in the room. The energy, like he's just a different guy as of late, and I think he's in a really good place mentally. I feel like he loves everything around him right now, and he appreciates that. And I think everything that he's been through, he understands the fragility of life and enjoy the moments and smell the roses.
What do you think he does next?
I don't know. We talked last week.
He just opened up a gym, I believe, in Cameroon, right?
Cameroon.
An academy of some kind.
Yeah.
But nothing on the horizon. I had heard some rumblings of Despagne, maybe.
Could be.
Right.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that guy looked great. That could be an opportunity for him as well. Yeah. I know that the Rico thing is in they talked about that.
Yeah,
as well.
would love that.
Yeah, so that could be an option. So we'll see what they decide.
Did you watch the Rico fight?
I did.
What'd you think?
Man, I thought he was winning.
I thought he was winning too, and I thought the stoppage was bogus.
I thought so too.
Were you surprised? I know you know him a little bit. He's trained with you guys, but were you surprised he looked that good against Usyk?
No, I think for us coming into boxing, if you try to outbox the boxer, you're going to have some problems. But if you can kind of stay to what you're good at and cause some disruptions and be unorthodox in a environment where boxers are used to this clean style, not a lot of stance switching and things like that. That's what, like, when Francis was fighting Tyson Fury, it was like, man, if you just go out and try to outbox this guy, we're going to have a long night. But if you stay in the realm of like, all right, I'm going to drop step, I'm going to switch step, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, that's going to cause some confusion. So when Francis started moving over to southpaw, you can tell, like, Fury was like, oh, well, wait a minute. Like, now he's not in the regular stance. And then now we're shake stepping over to a new stance. And he's like, wait a minute. So you can see him kind of processing what Francis is doing. So for me, I think if you can kind of stay on what you do really well with the kickboxing and MMA and not try to get in there and go like, all right, I'm just going to go jab for jab with this guy, then it's going to be a problem, So
would you like if you were guiding him, stick with boxing after that performance or
Rico?
Yeah.
I mean, wherever the money's at.
Yeah,
him,
just go for the money.
Too, make your money.
Yeah,
make your money. And he's a great guy. He's a really good guy, man. I love training with him. When he comes out, I hold pads for him. He helped us in the Cyril Gone camp. And it's funny how this is like such a business, right? It's like Francis and him are friends, but they're like, hey, let's make some money together. You know, let's go get paid. There's no animosity there. It's more about like maximizing your full potential and making your cash.
Speaking of Cyril Gane, a hot topic right now, back of the head strikes, Herb Dean, all this stuff. How do you feel about all this? Because there's one side where it's like, hey, fighters are moving, it's hard to call it. There are other sides where it's like, if it's repeated. Like I felt in the Pereira fight, it was repeated. It's one thing if it's like one or two, but it felt like it was a lot. But I understand it's a tough subjective thing when they're moving so much. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, under that rule set, when they come in the back, Herb always clearly tells you, it's like if your head is turned this way and the guy begins to throw his punch and then you turn your head into it, he goes, that's a legal strike because he started his punch where your head was turned. Now, if you turn and you land it once, he's going to warn you that was the back of the head. And if you land it again, that now you're targeting that area, right? So it's all under interpretation in that moment. And again, he's got the hardest job in the world, bro. He really does. I don't think Cyril's a dirty fighter. I don't think that's the case. I just think that, he's been a victim of some unfortunate circumstances when it comes to like the eye pokes and some other stuff too.
He's been the victim, or is he the one victimizing?
Victimizing, yeah, exactly.
Well, so there's a theory to be had that maybe he gets a little overzealous, and maybe a little reckless. That his intent isn't malicious, but maybe he's just not careful enough. Yeah, that's possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're in the middle of a fight, so you're trying to put a dude's lights out, and obviously you don't want to be targeting illegal areas. And again, it's like, the fight's over and you're still punching the back of the head. That's a dirty fighter, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
But to that regard, it's like you're just trying to go out and get the finish so you can be the world champion. Like I understand his situation too, but again, that's on Herb and his definition of what is the back of the head and where are those strikes landing. It's tough.
What about point deduction? How do you feel about that? I have long said, warning in the locker room, foul committed in the fight, there needs to be a penalty. More often than not, you see refs saying, don't do that, don't do that. Yep. If you do that again, how do you feel?
Dude, we have kids. You keep putting your hand in the cookie jar and you're not going to slap their hand. They're going to keep doing it.
Right.
So, and you nailed it. Like in the back, they'll tell you, this is your hard warning.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be, right?
But it's not always like that.
No, not at all. And I think that's been some of the issues, is the inconsistency at times. So, for example, you'll watch tape on a fighter, you'll see them do something, you'll bring it up to the ref in your locker room, debrief, and you're like, hey, can you make sure you keep an eye on this, this, and this? One of them being like fence grabs, stuff like that. Well, what are you going to do if he grabs the fence? Well, if he does this, I'm going to do this. And then the fight happens, the fence grab happens, and they don't do anything.
They
that
never
said.
do anything,
They're
ever.
like, bro, you literally just told me.
Right.
And so that's kind of where you definitely have an issue if you already communicated those things in the back and then it doesn't happen.
I feel like more often than not, it pays to cheat.
Why
Like,
not, right?
Look at the Shire Bullet.
the hair grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Yeah. Yeah. I think I think you're 100% right. I think if you start to do that more often, guys are going to be more cognizant of the rules and making sure they're not committing a foul because, in a 3-round fight, dude, a point
It's huge.
Huge.
And I think that's part of the reason why they don't take the point away because they
Right.
say that. But, fouls are fouls.
Fouls are
Even
fouls.
if it's a 0.5,
Right.
there has to be some repercussion, I think, and I don't think that happens enough.
Exactly. Yeah, and we've been on both sides of those, right? Where I had Kiefer Crosby in Shanghai.
Yeah.
Took an illegal knee. Mark Goddard took 2-point deduction, right? Because it was illegal knee, but restarted the fight right away. And he's like, well, he doesn't get 5 minutes in between. But I'm like, bro, he's concussed. It has nothing to do with the 2 points. The dude doesn't even know where he's at.
Right.
Like, can we get a second to talk to him and even see if we want him to continue? It just, there's things I think for fighter safety that needs to be addressed better.
How was Baku, by the way?
I liked it, man.
What is it like there?
It's considered Eastern Europe,
Okay.
but it was beautiful.
And they're big MMA fans.
Huge MMA
Right.
fans. Like, the entire community was out in full effect, man. It was really cool to see. The entire community was rallying behind that promotion. It did.
That's
really
probably one of those where you're like, I probably never thought I'd be in Azerbaijan.
Never. I didn't even know how to spell it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to spell it. I was like, and then
Where do you? What's the travel, by the way?
I went to where did I go? I went to LA to Istanbul to Baku.
Okay.
Yeah, and then on the way home, pit stop in Istanbul. Got some tread on the tires.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, a little
You went
tread on the
back.
tire. Went back.
Well, you have to go back. Is that part of the process?
Nah, I had a little fill in
thing.
back here,
Okay,
a
alright.
little Turkish delight, baby.
Yes. How long's that, by the way? How long do you have to stay
Dude,
there?
I was there for a day. They
That's
they
it.
had me in and out.
In and
Yeah,
out.
Yeah, they're
Same
awesome.
spot?
Same spot. Now hair time, man.
I saw Cena shaved his head. Did you see
he?
that?
Nah.
Because he had to go back.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Well, he did it once,
Uh-huh.
and he said this was like round 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they didn't have to shave mine, so I'm good.
Yes,
I got.
holy
I got-
smokes! Look at that.
But,
this is like the waviest I've ever seen it.
But I had to cut the mullet, so I was a little bummed about.
Okay. For this particular thing.
Yeah, because they just take this donor hair and they
put it back.
Put it back. Yeah.
Are you done now?
Dude, I'm done. I'm gonna
Okay.
have that Fabio.
Okay. Is that the goal?
I don't know.
Okay. Can I ask you about the main event on Saturday? You have no dog in the race. Can you, from your analytical eye, can you break down what you think is going to happen?
I mean, I'm excited to see Conor back. He looks healthy. He looks committed. Being on the Conor card, having fighters on the Conor card just raises the stock for everybody.
Yep.
The MMA space is better with Conor McGregor in it. I'm rooting for him, right? I don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
I just want to see a good fight. I want to see him healthy, and I want to see him go out and be able to compete and put on a good show.
5 years out, though.
It's tough.
Injuries, all the other stuff that he's
Yeah.
done. More often than not, that doesn't go well.
Right.
Max has fought 8 times since his last fight.
Crazy.
And his last fight was in March. I know it wasn't a good performance, but he's still very much in his prime. He's not getting smoked by guys. He's knocking people out. Do you lean Max?
I lean Max.
Okay.
Definitely. Just because of all those scenarios,
Yeah.
right? But I think a committed, focused Conor McGregor is very dangerous.
How do you feel about Max at 70? Does that matter?
I don't think it really matters. It's like when Myron fought Sadiq, right? We fought him at 55, but they're both 45ers,
Yeah.
right? And then I remember Myron's like, I feel way better at
Yeah.
55. I'm like, bro, you fought a 45er. It's just a different weight class.
Yeah, it's because Connor's not a real 170 pounder,
Exactly.
right? So it doesn't. It's a wash.
Yeah, I think so.
What about the co-main? Like I said, so the co-main is Paddy Pimblett, Benoit Saint-Denis, and I
this
said,
fight.
okay, I love the fight too, but I said if I was guiding Paddy, I don't know if this is the fight that I'm coming back to after the Gaethje loss, because Benoit is so violent and
Sure.
so good and looking so good as of late. Am I wrong?
I don't think you're wrong, but I think I take a page from Moicano. And
How he fought BSD.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I think that would be my game plan if I'm Paddy. I'm taking a page from the Moicano fight and looking to how I can get him to the ground, put him on his back,
And that's Patty's forte.
That is Patty's forte.
Right.
He's good there.
Do you think you could do it?
I do. Yeah.
Is this a quick turnaround in your opinion after a fight like that to come back in July, or is that enough time? Like when a fighter gets thoroughly damaged, what is the appropriate amount of time to stay away in your opinion?
Good question. I don't know the extent of his injuries.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how he was feeling during that time. And, you know, sometimes with a guy like that, it's like he gets out, maybe he, you know, physically doesn't look great, but he's
fine.
He might be fine.
Okay.
And then matchup wise, I think this is the right fight, right? Like a good, perfect matchup for both guys. So it makes a lot of sense to me. Stylistically, I think it's a good matchup for Patty.
Okay, you like it.
I do.
Okay, so what the hell do I know? What about Gaethje? Are you shocked that at this stage that he's doing this?
I'm not. I mean, I picked Ilya to win.
Yeah.
But I'm not shocked by it. I think, you know, Gaethje, his durability, his toughness, Trevor Whitman, I think all those things combined, you know, I wasn't surprised. But I'll tell you what, man, Francis was all about Gaethje winning that fight.
Really?
All about it.
He just felt
He's like,
it?
dude, Gaethje's going to smoke him. I'm like, no,
Really?
Really?
I
He's like,
never would have thought that.
Yeah. So
And he did.
And yeah, Francis put a couple bucks on Gaethje.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was talking a lot of shit for about a week.
You weren't there, right?
No,
You didn't
I
have anyone there.
Yeah, we weren't
To
there.
just see that as someone who's been in the sport for so long, to see the sport at the White House and how it looked, how did you process that?
I thought it looked cool, man.
I thought it looked cool too. The walkouts were sick.
Yeah, I don't really understand all the back and forth about it. I thought, you know, to be honest with you, I thought they did a great job. I thought they did it very classy. You know, I thought all those, I thought all the fights really went off great. Right, all finishes, weren't they?
Yeah, all 7.
You know, so I don't think you can ask for a better card, a better showing. To be honest, I thought everybody went out there, did their thing, and yeah, I don't think they'll ever do it again.
Right.
But I thought it went great.
All right, so you have 2 fighters on this card.
Yeah.
Zach Reese, you said. Kai
Zach
Kamaka. What a story. Kamaka, gone for
man.
5 years or so?
Yeah, 5 years.
Came back. Tough guy, Luke Riley, a teammate of Patty's.
Yep.
Undefeated.
Yep.
Give us the breakdown.
You know, great fight. I think Luke hasn't really fought anybody of Kai's style.
Yeah.
Not necessarily stature, but Kai's style. So I think we really have to implement a full MMA skill set in this fight, right? We're going to have to score some takedowns. We're going to have to be able to show level change and do all these things. Tough kid, man. Tough out, both of them. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a fight where really Kai can showcase his skills and show what he's capable of, you know? So I'm excited for him. And like you said, this kid's been through the ringer when it comes to the personal side of things and the business side of things, and I couldn't be more proud of him and sticking through it.
Yeah, I remember this time last year, International Fight Week, he's fighting on a Tough Enough card in front of probably, 1,000 people.
Yeah, exactly.
And now here he is on a Conor McGregor card.
You know, 5 kids.
Wow.
5
kids, huh?
5 kids.
There was that video, I think, of his wife waking him up with, or they woke up his
With
daughter.
Daughter, yeah.
Beautiful,
Kavanagh.
yeah.
And what makes it so beautiful, and I don't think a lot of people really understand, is those kids and Amber are in the gym every day.
Oh, really?
They're in the gym every day. They're the support system, you know, that they have for one another, and just, you know, Kai getting back to the UFC was a great story, but I think furthermore it was a big win for the family. So when you saw that video, you know, it really tugged at our heartstrings.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Because they're all invested, right? Like we go to work and our kids go to school and they're doing this. Those kids are in the gym, homeschooling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hitting the bag, training, doing stuff every day. So,
wow.
Seeing him back in the UFC and you know, realizing his dreams and his full potential, man, really means a lot to all of us.
Do you mind signing this for us?
Of course.
We're having everyone who's stopping by
Money
sign
plays,
this.
baby.
What's that?
Money plays.
Sure, something like that. You play poker?
Nah.
Okay. I don't know how to play.
Lose all my money.
But we just tried to make this look.
Play a little blackjack here and there, but
I don't know how to play that either.
Yeah.
I appreciate every time we're here. You always make some time for us.
Always, brother.
Thank you so much, Coach.
you gonna come by the gym later? We got Joe Mazzulla in. He wants to meet with you.
I would love that.
Joe-
I have a
Joe's
few
coming
things
in
to
the
say to Mr. Joe Mazzulla as a Knicks fan.
Dude, your video after the Knicks won, I was like, I felt that,
Oh,
bro.
dude.
I felt that.
I'm still on a high.
That was
I'm
awesome.
still on a high.
Yeah.
But I do love and respect the way he conducts himself.
He's a great guy.
But that's 33 years of pain.
I
Just-
know.
My kids were like, What happened to you? I'm like, oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know.
It's deep. It's deep.
I'm like that with
Get it
Florida
as a
State. I get it,
sports
bro.
fan.
Yeah,
You get
100%.
it. Thank you so much.
Great to see you,
I
brother.
really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
come
you.
by, come see me.
I will. I'll do my best. I
Big old
appreciate
feet,
it.
sorry.
No problem. There he is, the head man over at Xtreme Couture, the one and only Eric Nicksick, always so kind and gracious with his time. Anytime we're here, he makes some time for us, and we appreciate him very much. Going to be out there with Joe Mazzulla. How about that? Freaking love that. I'm going to call up Mike Brown and say, hey, Mike, we need to go take this guy down. The hell wrong with you? Let me see here. Man, we're just crushing it here. Oh, wow. The whole crew. Oh, Coach is here? Coach is back? Oh, thank you. Wow. Thank you. Wow, Pizzi's here. Wow. You guys are very in unison right now. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Wow.
Let's go.
Thank you.
All my idea.
Should I blow this out with Pizzi?
Yes, wait, make a wish, make a wish. Yeah.
It came true. It came true. Thank you, guys.
Frankie.
Put it right here. Put it right here.
Okay.
Wow, Pizzi, you flew in for my birthday.
Yeah,
You suck
made that in
kind of-
Ireland.
Let me get the shot right here. Right shot. Oh, there's a paper. No.
Straight in, no kissing.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess no one else is
Yeah,
having
I
that
guess
cake.
no one else is eating it.
No,
No, enjoy, man. Enjoy.
How are you guys?
Good, man. How about you? Oh, whoa.
I didn't really think of that, on the.
The concept of a cake was a great idea.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
Enjoy, man. They have a fridge in your hotel room. You'll be able to feast on that all week.
How are you,
Pizzi.
bud?
Wow, the gang's all here. Where's Rick?
He dipped, man. He's out.
He's out?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing. I always use this pen at home as well.
That's the one.
Yeah, historic.
I have. Wait. PT, talking to the mic, will you?
Oh,
this
Frank
is.
again.
I don't know if this is two. This is 3. I have 2 as well. Oh, guys, what a day so far. Is the audio working?
No.
Okay.
Hello.
Is everyone okay? Oh, I got it up my nose.
No, we're actually not okay, man.
Oh, what's wrong?
No, everything's great, man.
They're so annoying, these guys.
Very
Hey,
low energy. Like
no. I'm like, hey guys, everything. Yeah, everything's fine.
You know what I mean?
And everyone's like looking around and shit.
How are you feeling?
Well, I think, what did you
okay.
say earlier? We're the liars, but then the chat also lies to you as well.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah,
lies.
everyone's lying to you.
PT.
Everyone's lying to you.
yeah.
Was the audio okay?
The audio sounds fantastic.
Ah, amazing.
I mean, Frank,
how's Frank back there?
he's in great form. He's always just so happy, that Frank.
No, he's been very, very quiet.
The entire trip, though, not just today.
He's been yesterday.
He was
Yeah.
really, he was kind of picking fun at me about my chopstick usage last night. Did any of us notice that?
No.
I was trying to take it up with HR, but
HR.
yeah.
I am.
This is great, guys. How do we feel?
Feel good.
We're in
Feel great,
Vegas.
I feel
The
great.
boys are here. Rick is somewhere. He's probably walking
Nicksick
Eric
out, yeah.
What about Mazzulla showing up to the gym, huh? Let's
out.
let's get some of that maybe. Send Casey over there, get some footage.
Yeah, you should go train with him. Knicks versus Celtics.
I'll give him a little, like
Summer League is on, and
Summer League, yeah.
they had the highlights of a game up, and I was like, wow, this is happening right now. And he's like, no, that's
No, it wasn't the highlights. They're just rerunning Hawks Knicks
I thought it was-
game
yeah.
2 or something.
Oh, one of my favorite. Oh no, game 2. No, we lost that one. Guys, we do have some news and notes. Shall we get into it?
Let's get into it, man.
Sorry, I closed my computer here.
that's a very new looking computer. Did you get a new one again?
It's actually a very sore subject because it's not new. It's 5 years old, and Frank
Read
keeps
the room, Pizzi.
Frank keeps telling me to freaking get a new one, and now it's not opening. Could you believe it? Oh, here it is. Okay, we're loving life. We're all here. The gang's all here. I got a birthday cake. I got to blow out the candles. I'm opening up my my little thingamabobber here. Okay.
I feel very far away from GC. Can I just say that? Like the distance.
There's a separation. Also, like
No, you look great.
I feel like I need integrity to talking to the mic, but
You look fantastic.
It's unnatural.
Look at that
It's
shot
unnatural.
there with my cake. No, I screwed that up. All right, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the McGregor money shorts. Well, now those aren't the shorts.
Correct.
Ah,
So
good decision though.
our fashion director GC loves to weigh in on the shorts. Yay or nay?
I don't mind them. They're fine.
They're better than the money shot.
The money
Definitely
shorts
better.
were
The money shorts were ridiculous.
tacky.
Tacky's a word for it, yeah. Though we do have the big shot on set with the money shorts on.
Interesting.
Yeah,
what are
they're
those,
fine.
What are those symbols? Do we know?
It's a Celtic cross.
The one on the bottom.
It's like a Celtic artistic impression of a shamrock. It looks like to me.
What's the one? Like, what are those flower things?
That looks like. No, I have no idea what that is.
Those are 4-leaf if they're shamrocks. Though.
Yeah,
Don't we
they are
need-
4 leaves.
Okay,
They are
like
4 leaves.
stylized.
Yes.
I respect the 3-leaf.
Do you know what the thing about the money thing was? It was unfortunate because he was obviously on your show talking about, like, you know, I don't want to talk about financial stuff. The next day, they obviously just delivered him a load of money shorts, and you're like, not ideal timing,
about-
UFC. You know,
symbolically,
Yeah.
it wasn't the right move. Okay, those are whatever to me. The Bobby Green shorts are actually sick. Have you seen the Bobby Green shorts?
Oh,
I like these. That looks like the bandana look.
That is fucking.
How Bobby Green got his own shorts, I'm not quite sure, but I think he made a trade, right?
No, he didn't make a trade. He demanded to get a bonus, and then Dana White said, "We're going to take care of Bobby. Don't worry about it. King is going to get taken care of." He got a pair of custom shorts. So
I'd much rather shorts.
yeah,
than
as
that.
cool as those are, $100,000 sounds
sounds
much.
That's
nah, bro. Black bandana shorts.
Look, imagine walking into the gym with those shorts and feeling the way it feels.
Those are worth every penny of 100.
That's immortal. That's immortal right there. What else?
They might be.
Honestly, they are sick,
They're
though.
my favorite shorts. I think.
I don't know. Taporias are great.
Those are actually one of the coolest ones I've ever seen.
I do agree that they're good.
It actually showed like a little bit of creativity, in my opinion. I talked about BSD. I talked about Max Holloway. They're actually hanging out. Let's see this together, guys. What's this? What do we have? Max Holloway, BSD. I think they were at the Apex. No, not the Apex. The PI.
So they're kind of forming an allegiance against the UK and Irish duo of
The B-sides?
Yeah.
Well, is BSD
Well.
a B-side? Well, like, Patty's the
Said what you
star, and Max is a pretty big... Okay, let's see.
Oh.
Doing good?
Okay. Sizing him up there.
I wouldn't say that's an allegiance now. That doesn't speak. Oh, hang on. Okay,
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
One dude here is fighting at 55, another's fighting at 170.
Yeah.
The dude fighting at 55 looks bigger than the 170.
Okay, but like Max, obviously 145 most of his career now.
No, I know. It's just amazing. BSD's a big boy.
Yeah, he's huge.
I don't think there's going to be a massive size difference between McGregor and Holloway come fight night.
Not at all.
Everyone like keeps on talking about how massive Conor is, and I get like he's looking good.
I would be shocked.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a big.
From like a visual standpoint, but also from a weight standpoint.
Yeah, agree.
I don't think. And I could foresee one of them maybe coming in at like 168 or something. Not even like 170.
It's more of like just to emphasize we're not cutting weight.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm all for that, to be honest, in the sport. But it is intriguing, right? Like if you would have asked me about this fight a couple of months ago, I'm like, oh, Holloway, like no problem. But the more you hear the guys talk, like this is what McGregor has always been magic at, and right from the beginning of time, like beginning of his magic run, is his ability to make people believe. Like it's actually amazing. Considering everything he's been through, like I'm looking at, and people are just absolutely frothing at the mouth for this. It's pretty exceptional considering all the hurdles that have been in the way.
You haven't been here for 24 hours. I think you've been here for like 14 hours. So it's unfair to really ask this question now, but we're going to talk throughout the week and on Monday. I see everyone complaining about there's no buzz. I don't think anything's really started.
Yeah, it hasn't.
Right? So how would you describe it?
Wait, I'll tell you what. Even at the height of his power, we used to have these conversations on Fight Week. I can remember standing outside the David Copperfield Theatre in the MGM before he fought Nate Diaz. I believe it was the second time. You might correct me on this. I think it was the second time. And Chuck Mendenhall and Shaheen Al-Shadi are standing in front of me. They're about to go in. I was working for like the Irish Mirror probably at the time. They were with MMA Fight. And I was like, they were like, oh, how's it going, PT? What's the buzz back home? And I was like, it's not quite what I expected to be. And they said the same. They're like, it's just not the same way. And then in the David Copperfield Theatre was the bottles. Remember the bottles?
Oh, right, of course.
And it was like, everyone's like, oh my God, this is all I could think about. The fight couldn't come quick enough. That's the kind of impact he has. Like, I think we will get that. The more we see them like together in the same spot, we're going to always be, comparing. And believe me, I'm the main guy doing this, comparing like the heyday to this day. Definitely going to be a lot of that at the press conference, you'd imagine. And then the face-offs. I think it's all going to get elevated.
I think once we get to the presser and then once you see what kind of crowd is at the weigh-in, then we can fully compare and contrast.
What do you imagine for the weigh-in? Because if
it's going to be like one of those, like the Aldo one where it's like a sea of humanity. Remember those shots?
That's unfair. It's not almost unfair to compare it to that.
You don't think it happens anymore?
I think it will still be bigger than anything they do. Like, like any pay-per-view, anything like that. But that's a very unrealistic expectation to be like the biggest star at the height of his power.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that. I still think it's going to be very big, though.
Oh, Rick is here.
Oh, it's crack, Rick. How's it
Oh,
going,
hey,
man?
Rick. Thanks for joining us. Where you been? Grandma's dead. You know that reference?
No.
Where have you been, bitch?
Hello, boys.
How are you?
I'm
Running
good.
around?
I mean, look.
Bit of a schwitz.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a guest in your house, you got to take care of
You
him.
got to take care of him.
This is the gig.
You know what? I didn't realize that you guys brought actual forks. Didn't
You
Eric
haven't had it yet?
No, I took a
Yeah,
bite.
he
It
put
was
his
a
whole
mess.
face in there, yeah.
There's a bug on it
There's a
now.
mosquito on that.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Can't believe I got it through customs.
Just gonna let you guys.
Where did you, where did
know
you guys get this?
My mom made it.
Pizza brought it.
How is that, man?
Ah, it's ice cream. Or is it just frozen?
Tiramisu.
Cold. It's cold.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, man.
Remember what happened to Babe with the tiramisu? Be careful.
Yeah, but you know what? Is this tiramisu?
Oh, yeah.
It's actually my favorite.
I
My
know.
mom makes the best tiramisu.
What about my ma's?
Pizzi's mom knew.
Uh-oh.
A little bit
Sometimes
of
that cocoa
coffee.
powder.
Yeah.
Rick, how's it been?
Fantastic.
Yeah? Why do you guys lie so much?
What?
We don't lie. You say
Fantastic.
we're lying. What do you want us to do? Actually, Andy's in the back right now. She's switching up the plugs into Jack Z.
Yes, I like
and
that.
actual
I like
Jack
hearing
D.
this.
We actually have no idea if it's going to work. We're just going to troubleshoot from here on out. We'll keep you updated.
I like
as we go
that.
along.
That's exactly what I want.
She's in the mix. She's always in the mix, Andy, back there. I don't know how she actually does her job. A 2 to 5 to 5 2. That's her directing the traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Is that how I sound?
I used to think that
Uh-oh.
she was just talking to
Mad at
herself.
you. She's
I don't
mad at
think
you.
Pete's even heard that.
Yeah.
These headphones, Frank, what the fuck?
Yeah, Frank, he can't hear anything.
Aye, with the Frank, man. He's
Sort of.
Is he dying?
Not loud course in
he's
Vegas.
taking a lashing today, dude.
It's funny that
I heard he loves taking
on
a
the
lash.
chat, everyone just blames Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They think he runs everything.
Yep.
Video, audio,
Well, the audio
does it all.
especially.
graphics. Something
always
doesn't
Frank.
play.
It's always Frank.
I actually think that that's a sign of like a compliment. Like they view him as this very
He
important
takes
figure.
it that way. He loves it. I think you guys should,
my fault.
you guys should continue to blame Frank.
Okay.
For
He loves it.
everything.
Perfect. The gang's all here. How great is this? The last time we were all here in this vicinity, the launch of Uncrown.
Wow.
September 2024. Shout out.
The
Like that
legendary,
launched 1,000 ships.
Yes.
the legendary Pizzi Caro Marab prediction. He knew all along.
Nailed it.
Wait, you hear this week's one?
I'm waiting with bated breath.
That's right. Well, speaking of Marab, he actually made some predictions for UFC 329. A great segue there. Do we have this clip? Let's play it here in a matter of seconds. Mr. Marab Dwalishvili predicting UFC 329.
All right, Marab, UFC 329. Brandon Royval or Lonnie Kavanagh?
Brandon Royval.
Incorrect.
Corey
Okay.
Sandhagen, Mario Bautista.
Wow, it's gonna be a great fight between Corey Sandhagen and Mario Bautista, but I have to go with Corey Sandhagen.
The BSD, Benoit versus Patty Pimblett.
I go Benoit Saint-Denis.
Okay, and then
That's a
return
tough
of
fight to
Conor
pick.
McGregor versus Max Holloway.
Wow, I love Conor McGregor so much. I have so much respect for Max Holloway. I want to Conor McGregor win because he's been away from fighting a long time, and he done so much for this sport, and he deserved to win this time.
All right, there you go.
That was a bit of a non-prediction. I want Conor McGregor to win.
Yeah, he's
It's
saying
not
with my
quite-
heart.
No, it's not a
You
prediction.
didn't like
in the
it?
Book.
You didn't like the Royval one.
Yeah, I don't like it. Lonnie is the man.
Yeah, he is the man.
And I think, but I do think Royval is going to be pissed off that they
I'm
put him in
taking-
this spot.
I'm
And-
taking Raw Dog.
Oh yeah?
What do you mean by putting him in the spot?
As in, he's on a 2-fight skid. Lonnie's ready to go.
Yeah, but he's on a big spot. He has a big card.
But it's gonna feel like you're feeding me to the young gun.
They are.
to put him. I know. We're both agreeing with each
But
other
I
here,
just
mate.
mean, like,
what are you doing?
he's on
I'm
his-
trying to make a point, and you're just making the same point. As if
I'm
you're
backing
disagreeing with
you.
me.
No.
Welcome to the show, Pizzi. This is great.
Bollocks I have already. Sorry.
So you think he wins?
I forget what we're talking about now. You
Lonnie,
throw me out of it.
Lonnie Kavanagh.
Lonnie Kavanagh wins.
Sorry.
What's with this nodding your head, sincere nod, as if like, all right, kid. Who do you pick? Who are you
I just
picking?
noticed that Pizzi's wearing shorts.
Yeah, I'm in.
He said when he got here, he's like, "Oh fuck, Ariel's gonna kill me for this."
No, I just noticed the shorts are. Could we get a full fit check? Look at this. Yeah. I don't know what's
Pizzi's
better.
flexibility is
Could we get a
unparalleled.
side by side of him and Andy Aspinall
anymore?
from last year?
It's
Remember
very
that?
Andy,
entertaining.
send a yellow T-shirt, mate.
Yeah.
I need to complete the look.
It's a phenomenal look. What was the issue with Rick?
It just doesn't look
Nothing.
at attitude.
He said Lonnie's gonna win. I was like, okay.
Pizza came out on the front foot.
Yeah.
Second he got here.
I don't like these have a whole little vibe, in-person
offensive,
vibe.
There's literally
Oh,
nothing.
they love me on Zoom. They love me on
To
Zoom.
be honest, we never actually speak in person. You're all on the same screen, as far as I'm concerned. What about Josh Hokett, guys? Let's take a look at this. This is. Have you
Hooper.
seen this footage?
I have not. I haven't seen.
I love when PT doesn't see anything. It's perfect. Josh Hokett out on the hard court. Yeah.
Shit, he's an athlete. This guy. Oh.
Look at this.
Nah, he didn't call bank. He did not call
Okay,
bank.
can I?
Oh my god.
He says he missed that on purpose, only to nail this.
That's wild.
The walk is incredible.
Look at this one. Look at this one right here. Little
Oh,
step
okay.
back.
That
one actually
one was
looked
clean.
the most
That was
legit.
clean. That was
He's nice
clean.
with it. He's an athlete.
incredible athlete.
There's something about the way he's throwing it up there in the first two shots where it's like.
That was not Hooper. No.
You think he's messing
he's
around?
open.
Probably because the last shot was clean. The spin move into the foul line jumper was good.
What about Shavkat Rakhmonov, guys? Shavkat Rakhmonov is on the comeback trail. He's not fighting for the belt next. We obviously know that Ian Gary is going to be fighting for the belt next against Insa Makhachev. We see him, though,
It's just the way we're like looking at.
working out. Okay. Promising. Looking good.
Man, you know something so sad about him in the crowd in Azerbaijan, wasn't there? And he was
Yeah.
like, oh man.
Like, what if, right?
I'd love him to come back, man.
Honestly, I feel bad for him looking at him on this knee machine.
Yeah.
Oh, look,
Just looks like he's struggling.
Tortured.
We're coming up on a year and a half since we've seen the guy.
It's crazy, right?
Also, Rick laughing because we're watching like two.
We're just-
what are these 100-inch TVs?
Yeah.
120-inch TVs. They're giant.
They're beautiful.
I need to go get some sun. I need. To
Listen,
I am
no one can
pale as
see what we're
fuck.
seeing. I don't know how we could show it to them, but there's two massive screens in front of us. The best part is, as I'm locked in interviewing, they're coming in and out. Of course, since you guys have been here, they haven't gone out once, but throughout the interviews,
I
so
mean,
you
they
can
are
imagine.
Is he making it up?
gigantic.
Yeah. Okay. Dustin Poirier does an interview with Diary of a CEO. He's putting his
Contrite.
heart out there on his sleeve. And here's Sean Strickland coming out and calling him basically a wuss. Mental health, depression, bro, you're a fighter. Suck it up. I'm paraphrasing, but it's complete nonsense. Doesn't matter who you are, what you have, how rich you are, how famous you are. Everyone could deal with mental problems. And then apparently he speaks to Dustin, and in classic Sean fashion, let me walk it back. And now we have to applaud him because now he's a big man for standing up.
Hang on.
Let me read the tweet. I spoke to Dustin, and he is legitimately messed up by his actions. I thought he was just doing PR cleanup, to be honest. I guess not everyone is a POS like me. So yeah, I repent, and I'm sorry, Dustin. Hope Bud Light does the right thing with this one. He deserves the help. Maybe speak to him first. How about that? Maybe speak to him first before calling him a wuss. But he does this every time.
Yeah.
Insult, called out, walks it back. Insult, called. It's like literally with every single situation.
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier and him don't have a beef. Maybe call him up first. That, to me, is commendable. Call him up. How are you doing? What's up? Maybe don't call him a lowlife for going through an issue.
But didn't Strickland have a very well publicized kind of
course
issue on a podcast where
Yes, Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, he got very emotional talking about his past. It seems like a bit of a weird thing for him to poke his finger in the chest of someone about, you know what I mean?
The way he's kind of constructed it, though, is that he at first interpreted it as like Dustin is just making excuses for it, utilizing that as like a shield, and then saying like, no, he's genuinely affected by this. But like you, I just think maybe the reaction can wait. Doesn't have to be the first second anything
Right.
comes to your mind.
Or you watch the clip, let me react right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, so I feel for Dustin. I feel I didn't watch the entire interview. I saw some clips. He's obviously going through a very, very hard time and alluded to the fact that some sponsors maybe,
Yeah.
He mentions Bud Light. You could see why that would be an issue, right?
What was Strickland saying with that? Hope Bud Light does the right thing?
So in the interview, I don't know if he referenced
didn't-
Bud
he
Light,
didn't say who it was,
but he did say he's lost some sponsors, and Dustin's a Bud Light
Yeah.
guy.
I mean,
and
it would
so-
make sense to
So,
lose
so what? Honestly, what it seems is that like Dustin probably told Sean, and Sean's now putting it out there.
I mean, it's an issue with alcohol, and it's an alcohol.
Of
sponsor,
course.
so it makes sense for him.
But is it Sean's place to put it out there that it's Bud Light? You know, if Dustin.
What is doing the right thing? Oh, I guess
Like
paying
bring
him
him
the
back.
money,
Bringing
bring
it back. Yeah.
I don't. I don't think he needs to be the sponsor for that.
Dustin.
Yeah.
After that incident.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, you could understand. You could
Yeah,
understand
for
why
sure.
they would feel some sort of way about it. So how do we feel about being in Las Vegas, guys? Yesterday we went to one of our favorite spots. Can we give him a shout out?
Yeah, China Poblano, baby.
I want to give Eric, the waiter, a shout out. What a gent.
Pizzi fucking love that guy.
China
He wants
Poblano.
us to go back tonight just so he can have him again.
China Poblano. It's a mix of Mexican and Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Very
a fusion,
unique.
but it's separate dishes.
Love it. Very unique. Never seen anything like that before. They certainly don't have that in Blanche.
They do, yeah, funnily enough.
Oh,
but
weird.
beautiful image of the Dalai Lama there at one stage. Rico was showing you.
Yeah. So we were all very tired. I was going to say another word, but you told me yesterday not to say that word
Don't
anymore.
say the word.
Can I say bollocks?
Yeah, you were bollocks.
But not the other one.
Not the one.
I was about to say it.
They know.
They know. So we're all very tired, but now feeling good. Rumor on the street is PT woke up at 4 a.m.
That's right.
To go to the gym.
Just rando. Yeah.
Listen, not bad.
Yeah.
And
Gym
now
was
you're
open at 4.
I didn't get in at 4. No, I didn't go to the gym at 4.
Oh, that's what I read.
I had to finish my article. That's up now on
Unground.com.
Unground. Go ahead. And then I went to the gym. And then, can I tell you what I did then?
Tell me.
So, it was quite peckish. And I said...
Peckish?
Peckish.
What does that mean?
I'm hungry.
Oh, okay.
All right? Just let the story flow and you
Yeah.
might pick up something. You
All
know what I
right,
mean?
all right.
So, I go downstairs.
So edgy, right?
Can I just
He's so
fucking talk?
prickly.
No, here
He's
you
so
go again. I'm
prickly.
trying to tell a
He's so
story. I'm
prickly.
trying to tell a story.
But Ariel looked at me and Rick for like confirmation on not knowing
Look
the
at
word
me.
peck.
I'm telling the story. All of
I've
you.
never heard of that word.
All right. You know now, okay? Like a chicken. Pecking.
Okay, go.
Right. So I go down into the lobby and, we can't give away our location. We don't get
Yeah.
Of course, please.
And I'm like, I don't have any food in the room. I'm going to have to get some food here. I say, can I get this sandwich or whatever? And she's like, which sandwich? And I was like, that breakfast one, please. And she says, yeah, no problem. And I said, but can I see you have some bacon over here? Can I get the bacon on it instead of the sausage?
No.
And she said, absolutely not.
Pre-made.
Yeah. Hang on.
All right.
Hang on. So then she takes out the sandwich from the drawer it's in or whatever, and she hands it to a dude wearing a full fucking chef's outfit with a hat on, with the chef's outfit, and he just puts it in the microwave. And I'm going, what are you getting dressed up like this for? Why are you dressed like that? Imagine leaving in the morning. You're leaving your house, and the kids are kissing them goodbye. And they're like, Jesus, that must be a Michelin star chef. No, he fucking puts microwave sandwiches on.
Well, maybe
You know
he
what I mean?
made the sandwich, and now he's just
What?
bringing it home.
Why are you wearing the hat if you can't give me
No,
sausage?
maybe he made the sandwich to begin with.
Bollocks.
This is
$50. $50.
He's not going to survive. He's not going to survive here one
This
week.
is the third time I've heard this story.
Oh, wow.
Every time the vitriol towards the fake chef gets more and more intense.
He's not going to survive here one
He
week.
always gives the layout and then he says, and then this fucking guy came up in a full chef's outfit.
The energy, we got to bring it down.
Sorry.
But the heart of the story, the putting on the chef's outfit to microwave, I'm
Absolute
totally with you.
bollocks.
I'm on the same page.
Imagine what Eric from the
How was
restaurant
the
last
sandwich?
night would think of that.
How was
Yeah.
the sandwich?
So.
They make the
Standard.
They make the fresh guacamole at the table.
Ah, tremendous.
There's no microwave, just shortcut.
Never saw cheese and guacamole until last night. Either.
Did
That
we
was-
need the two guacamoles, do you think?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we needed
That was
fresh
Rick's.
rice.
That was Rick's recommendation.
I was in the bathroom when that happened, so actually I was. It's
No,
not,
you
it
came
wasn't.
back and you said you got the two guacamoles,
and you
right?
guys said yes, we already got
Yeah,
it,
of
so I had
course.
nothing to do with it.
But I know that's how
okay,
you felt.
okay.
I actually regret it because it's one of my favorite restaurants, and I ate nothing.
Yeah.
I was feeling so
You're just
tired.
talking too much, I think.
we could have used you. We could have used you last. night.
Yeah, Frank was just talking in my ear. He's just like, and this happened, and
He tends to
You
do
know.
that.
Then he got upset because we started trying to have a conversation with each other. Hadn't seen
then he
each other
gets
in a while.
he gets offended when I'm trying to
Oh,
spread
sorry.
the love.
No, oh,
sorry,
sorry,
I'm in
I'm
the
in the
way.
I did see that. You guys, it would be like me and PT trying to talk over you, and he's like, I guess I'm just
No,
fuck
he doesn't
off.
just
I'll
do this. He goes like, all right,
all right, I'll fuck off.
I guess I'm not here. Like,
Is Frank not like? Can he not speak, or is he just?
I think
A
he's
lot of
just-
quiet allegations. A lot of quiet allegations on Frankie.
he's abstaining.
How's the cake, man?
The cake is phenomenal.
I want to try it, but I don't want to reach it.
I don't think you should at this
I'm
stage.
going for it. I don't care.
Give me a little. Give me a little bit.
Give me a shard of chocolate.
Frank, is cake on the headphones bad?
Thank you.
Nah, man, that's
we
probably
go.
helpful at this point
Why are you so loud in my ear, though?
because I'm yelling.
Oh, okay.
That is a great cake.
Wow. So I guess we're just not going to worry about the table anymore.
Table's fucked.
Table's fucked.
Oh fuck.
Wow.
Shout out to intern Josh on this one.
Wow. Thank you, Josh. Love
Wait,
you.
Did somebody dip his face in it, or is this
No,
Photoshop?
that's what
I went straight in.
He went straight in. Wow, yeah, that is an ice cream cake.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, is it? I think
it's
it just
not,
might be frozen. I think it might.
It's just chilled.
Shout out, Mama
Gents,
Carol.
we have so much to get to. We're going to the MMA Awards. Have you ever been to the MMA Awards?
No.
You're gonna love it.
Wait till you see the food spread with the chefs.
You're gonna love it.
Oh, I can't wait.
You're gonna have a great time. Did you bring your tux? Yes.
Did you bring the tux for real, PT?
No.
This is the first time I've ever gone with anyone from the show. It's always been John Beer as my date.
Why can't
Yeah.
John Bear be here? Last time we were here, John Bear was here.
Yeah, I didn't ask him, but
Wow.
not only am I going with someone from the show, we're going like 9 deep. Let me tell you something. If we
better
don't
fucking
win
win.
best show, we're fucking storming the stage.
I'm going to do the
all right?
Kanye thing.
Win.
Yeah.
Who were we? I don't even remember who we're up against.
I don't even know.
Embedded
When they do
and
the
broken.
announcement,
This was
I'm
supposed
going
to happen in
absolutely
December.
apeshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And when if
Ooh.
we inevitably lose,
We're in the same category, best programming, with Contender Series.
Embedded,
It doesn't make
Rogan.
sense.
It's always
Yes.
these weird
It
categories.
doesn't make
yeah.
sense.
ah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Tomorrow, Sushi.
Omakase.
What?
He's out.
Why?
Hey, you're out.
Frank put me under pressure, like, and he was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? It's really expensive."
In the end,
you know what I mean? I was like, "All right, Frank.
in the end,
All right, Frank, I won't then. Sorry, Irish people, you know, we don't deserve nice things. So maybe feel awkward enough about it that I had to back out. Thanks, Frank. Hope you have some fucking nice fish
Who
tomorrow."
are you speaking to? Where are you? You're just pointing up into the ceiling.
in the end, only 3 people, excluding me, were about that life.
It's
In the
it's just us three and Frank.
end. They kept.
I'm glad Frank
kept
is
dwindling.
falling
That's
off.
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
I mean,
it's just 4 of us.
It
going?
started with 8,
I
and now there's 4.
I couldn't be more excited. I'll eat for them.
Oh, it's gonna be unbelievable. Pizza, you said you only eat monkfish and cod.
exclusively.
What the fuck
I'm
is that?
contracted to Monkfish.
I don't even know what a monkfish is.
Then it's the Sphere.
Pete's energy when he
Yeah.
gets to Vegas is at a level that I just like can't even
amazing.
fathom.
What am I? Someone's gonna have to make sure I don't.
No,
If
well,
you
we'll
are
be
at the
okay.
Oak, someone's gonna have
We're
to
going
make
to the
sure.
Wizard of Oz, his favorite movie of all time.
Rick's
favorite.
movie,
at the
Make
Sphere.
sure we're pointing at
There's
that.
also a problem. There might be a problem with me at that.
Okay, hold on.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
You at least like the Wizard
I
of
enjoy
Oz,
it.
right? Okay.
I enjoy it. Favorite
Damn,
movie
that's
of
like
all time.
very lukewarm.
Can't go?
I mean, it's.
I don't
fucking
know because I have
brilliant
to
movie.
cover the
It's okay.
press conference and stuff.
It's
you know
pretty
what I mean?
good.
We'll find out. We'll worry about that later. Then we've got another show tomorrow, and Chael Sonnen's going to join us.
That guy himself.
Owen Roddy's going to join us.
Oh, I'm ready.
Striking
Hot
coach
rod.
for Conor McGregor. More to come. Full slate of guests on Friday as well. Live show Friday night, 7:30. Demetrius Johnson. On it goes, and we have some other things planned. Am I missing something important? There it is. What am I missing?
I mean, we'll be here till Monday.
We're gonna be here,
Tuesday.
bro.
We're
Yeah,
doing
we're
a show Monday. We're doing a watch party on Saturday.
Of course.
I mean, the deck is stacked. No pun intended.
Post show. You gonna be there?
Hope so.
Summerlee, we gonna squeeze in
I'd like to.
Missoula? Nah, I can't do that. I need Mike Brown.
What? Full, bro.
He's here. Mike Brown's here.
Mike Brown is here.
Well, no, they're in Vegas.
No, for the summer. Wow.
So I need to.
That's your boy. That's
head coach of the New York Knicks.
ATT, yeah, I know.
I mean, you say that close personal friend. You don't have to, pretend like you don't know him.
Is it weird that there's 4 people on this set and only, obviously, excluding me, only one has wished me a happy birthday?
Me?
No. GC.
I just walked in with a.
We walked in with a
Nah, I
cake.
didn't get a text saying it. Like,
That's
hey,
what it
man,
was like. Eric said, "Don't do it. Keep the
Nah,
surprise."
I got a text from GC and Frank. That's it.
I'm a big birthday texter, but
Never got one off you last
getting
year.
a
mate.
cake presented to you by both of them feels like.
You think it trumps it?
I think that's a.
Whose idea was the cake?
Me.
It was everybody's.
No, I need to know
Pizzi's
whose
mom.
idea.
Pizzi's mom. We asked
I need to know
Pizzi's
whose
mom
idea.
to make it, and he
He's
brought it.
texting people on the side. You can't be
Texting
bothered.
you now.
Check your phone there, mate.
Ah, yeah, fucking can of piss. This has been a great day. This has been a wonderful day. Oh, do we have super chats? I forgot about that.
Probably.
Do we do super chats here?
Yeah.
All right.
I think they travel.
Thanks for reminding me.
Travel.
Frankie's reading them?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, Jesus.
There he is.
Sorry, my
Frankie!
eardrums almost blew out there.
You want me to turn yours down?
No, it's okay. Listen, it's fine.
On the beat.
I'm getting older.
Eric said Gable can beat Cyril.
Yes.
I tend to agree with him.
Thank you.
GC, I'm wondering how you feel about his take. Peace and love.
Can I just say that moment? I was on a plane, and as soon as the beat went live, I shut down everything. I was like, I need to watch this, and then the Shaheen and Eric moment at the end, I was laughing hysterically.
Oh,
that,
great.
That Shaheen found himself in the Jackman web and didn't realize for a few minutes, and then
It was great.
Rick becomes animated because he knows he has him. He's like, "Oh, I can't believe you're in the web." Shaheen still doesn't know. Eventually realizes, and then just goes, all right.
And
here
then
we
he's
go.
just like,
magic moment on the show.
We need a live heart monitor.
Yeah.
The
on
Jackman
Rick
wet.
on Saturday when Elisha Ellison stuffs that first takedown and he starts putting the jab on Gable Stevenson.
Okay,
He
just starts spinning back fist.
But
I'm waiting for the John Anik on Saturday. Elisha Ellison landing at will on Gable Stevenson. Is he here to upset the debut?
Oh my God!
But-
could you imagine?
And Rick's just like, oh fuck, what's happening?
on the flip side of the coin, getting a win over Elisha Ellison, I am going to treat this like he just won the
Super
UFC
Bowl.
championship.
Super Bowl.
Triple
Yeah,
crown.
I will say he is a minus 4,000 biggest favorite in UFC history.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
There
Yeah, Bo was
is-
like 2 at some point.
Yeah, people forget Alexander Romanov against Chase Sherman.
What was that?
Minus 2,800 as well.
Oh my lord!
The only win for him is just eviscerating Elisha Ellison.
I got good
It
news
has to
for
be
you.
like a 2-minute beatdown.
I've got great news for both of you.
If it goes around,
Dude, that,
Rick has
that
to
dude
quit
in
the
Mexico.
show. Rick, if it goes around,
Oh, I
Rick has
can't
to
wait.
quit the show.
But that's not main card, right?
No.
No.
So it'll be pre-watch party.
Yeah, but we can have a phone on him.
I think we should. I think we should
We
record
need
it.
to have a camera on him. What else, Frankie? What else?
I want him to beat his chest when Gable Stevenson beats
I
Elisha
will.
Ellison.
I
Like
promise.
me reacting to the Knicks.
Also,
I need to react.
Elisha Ellison is a muckleshoot veteran.
I know that breaks my heart.
Has fought on like
that breaks
6
my heart.
muckleshoot cards.
That breaks my heart.
Him and Lance Gibson. Frankie, what else?
GC, I think you need to Postmates a Sennheiser mic ASAP from Best Buy to
Wow.
save Frank's life.
Why me?
This is
Ariel
amazing.
learns his mic is trash. No need to have Ariel read this.
I love
You
the
know what?
irony of Frank having to read this one. This
These
is great.
headphones.
Frank,
right?
Yeah.
I watched you work on the fly in the back there. You absolutely killed it. Don't listen to the chat. Fuck the chat. They do not understand how difficult it is to set up a live production.
Yeah, Frank, I'm only messing. I
This
think
was
you're great.
nothing yesterday. This was literally nothing.
Empty room.
So was the empty
the best,
room over
Frank.
there. What Jordan, Andy, and Frank did, Rob, the whole team to set everything up. Preston Jordan as well. Rick did, whatever. Unbelievable work, Frank. I commend you. I commend you, Frank.
Yeah, Frank, we commend you.
Yeah, you guys
the
were
same
just like
person-
driving around out there, going to like getting food,
Yeah,
hanging out.
did a great job.
I do.
I do as I'm told, Jordan. At one point, it was go get the coffees, rub my feet.
That was weird when
Wait,
I walked
who
in,
was
you were
the
rubbing
feet?
his feet. It was weird, man. But
You
fair
know, I
play.
feel
have to
great.
out
Thank you for that.
anyone.
His corns as well. Get the corns.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
What else, Frankie? What else?
The same person wrote back, great work, team, fixing audio so quick. Well done.
Same person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out.
That was me back there.
Someone else says, happy birthday, Helwani.
Thank you.
Great. The beat yesterday.
Great beat. Yeah.
I agree.
The
Great.
man in the arena.
Wait, it says great MMA beat yesterday. Why'd you say the beat? Oh, got it. You're trying to be understood.
he's-
Understood. You could
he's
call it
editing.
MMA beat,
Yeah.
but it's fine. All right. Yes. What else? What else?
AH, can you get PT and McGregor to make peace?
I don't see this one. Did you just make that one up?
No, it's what Frank wants the most.
yes.
Keep saying it to me.
We
Please.
will. Peace and
Frank
love.
goes, should we do this one? I said, PT said no mention of any peace, only war. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
jeez.
He's like Eddie Hearn and
I love it.
and Dana. I love the fuckery. We will make peace. Everyone, life is too short. We're gonna come together and sing Kumbaya. And some people don't have to make peace. It's as long from our perspective, and I don't want to speak for PT. You don't have to be friends with everyone who you cover. You just have to cover them fairly and accurately.
Correct.
And unbiasedly. Is that a word? Unbiased?
So,
No, yeah, that's right.
unbiasedly.
Unbiasedly.
Yeah.
Unbiasedly?
Yeah.
Really? Anyway.
What would you spell that? Would you with a T or a D?
No, D.
No.
D.
Unbiased.
Biasly.
LY.
And I think PT does that as good as anyone, if not better. So he doesn't have to be friends. I don't have to be friends. You guys don't have to be. No one has to be friends.
Like
with
Frank
the
is
people.
friends with none
thank
of us.
God, I don't
None
have
of
to be
us.
friends with Frank anymore.
Frank
That's
has
great.
friends,
Well,
no friends,
the
and he's
people
still
you
good at his
cover.
job. You know
The
what I mean?
problem happens when there's an issue, and then that issue bleeds into the coverage. You know what I mean? And that's when you cease being a journalist.
Like Stephen A. Smith and LeBron.
No.
Boy.
Well, yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, that definitely did.
So Stephen A. and Jaylen Brown would be a good example of that. But is Stephen A. a journalist at this point? I don't
Wow.
know.
No.
You know, he's more talking head,
Correct.
opinion guy.
He does cite like my league sources tell me
Yeah,
this, that, the
it's all
other.
very gray.
It's a gray area.
It's all very gray. What
The
else?
cake
Frankie?
was
What
great
else?
though. Shout out to the cake.
And lastly, saw the UFC 329 countdown. Great watch. I believe Max Holloway activity gets him over the line, but you never know when Conor turns up.
This is what I'm talking about. Like the more you hear like John and you hear like Roddy's gonna be on tomorrow, it just starts like it starts to
against
you're
your
like,
brain.
oh,
Yeah,
maybe they have, maybe they're right here. You know, I've never seen a fighter that can do that. Never seen a fighter in my life that can make people believe like him. Honestly.
With the recent runs of upsets as well, you just have no idea. What's
All
gonna
the
happen.
stars being suddenly cleared, and he's coming back now.
I was going to say Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul makes me believe. Yeah.
I
I was like, there's no way he's
you get to an
beating this
AJ
6-year-old Mike
fight, and all of a
Tyson.
sudden he's like a plus 400 when he should be a plus 40,000.
Fair play, Rick.
You know what I mean? But yes, it is fun to relive some of that and to kind of buy into it if you want to buy into it.
I think that's a big
Wait,
part
you're
as
saying
well.
Jake Paul makes us believe in him?
I
He
think
tried to,
Jake
yeah,
Paul
he
makes a lot of people believe that he can win when you don't agree.
No, I think
Just
I
look
think
at the
Jake,
lines
I
for
thi-
these
I think
fights.
Jake Paul's more like
He's right about the lines, but I did not believe.
Yeah.
McGregor also like the line is coming down, so I guess people do
Is
believe.
he?
I see your point.
Yeah.
It's like plus 180, but fuck, I mean,
Jake Paul should have been a plus 20,000 in that fight.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Me and Rick agree.
He was.
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, you guys.
substantial
I'm just saying
wins are
the general public.
Yeah.
He was like below 1,000, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was.
That's crazy. I mean, in
I'm
retrospect,
agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Popular fighters have a way of just like people want to wager on them. Paddy Pimblett is somebody who gets that all the time.
Yeah, interesting analysis there from Eric. Take the fight to the ground for your Paddy. It's been one.
I think I do actually think Paddy has an advantage on the ground, but
Yeah,
I
he
think both of them are incredible front runners. Like I think if either of them
I
get
agree.
ahead, it's over. Like
I agree
think-
with that.
Yeah.
Gents, it's time to go. We have much to do. Let's call it a day. We're going to be back tomorrow.
Happy birthday in person.
Thank you. I appreciate
Huge
that.
deal saying it in person.
Thank you.
I'll send you a text
More,
later.
baby.
Yeah.
Send you a
Thank
text
you.
later.
Oh, yes, sir.
Ma, he loved the cake.
He did. I did. Today's been great. Working through the kinks. We're going to do great.
No
It's
kinks,
been
though.
amazing. 4 guests in studio. More tomorrow. More Friday. Saturday, Monday. On and on it goes. We're just getting started here in beautiful Sin City. Lost Wages, Nevada. You like that when I say that. You like that when I always hear a chuckle out of you. I always hear a chuckle. No? Oh, it's a fake one. Damn. Wow. We're starting to see.
You know, it's
the
going to be a
mask
tough
come
few
off.
days for me. It's
Yeah.
going to be a tough few days for me here.
How about that Argentina, Egypt? Wow. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Looks like I really dug
Same
in there.
thing,
huh?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
On each other's nose.
Dr. Evil's cake?
What was it?
Dr.
I don't
Evil was
remember.
eating Cake?
He
I think it was
eating
a
cake?
latte.
It was a
Oh,
latte.
it's a latte, yeah.
I loved when he would call his son Scott. Remember Scott?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't think
Seth
Scotty
Green?
don't.
Seth Green, but I don't think he it was a high pitched yell.
No, it was the girl. It was the lady.
Oh yes, yeah.
Frau
Farbissina.
Farbissina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin
Who does
Powers,
number
man.
2 work for? Remember that? Good stuff.
Beatsy's just not in for it.
What's going on, Pizzi? You all right? The Vegas heat is getting to you, huh?
John, the air conditioner
The AC.
fucking me, man.
No
That's
window.
Ruddy used to be my brother with the AC issues.
You guys
So ask him.
used to commiserate
Our
over
nose
the
would
AC.
close up, our eyes, everything. Only one
Wow.
day in, I am going to be.
I can't wait for
hates
Saturday
AC,
around this time. It's gonna.
I
be
was
insane.
asking Jordan how to use it today. I was like, what number do you put it on? He was like, are you fucking serious? And I was like, yeah.
Thank you, John Kavanagh, Tyler Minton, Audie Attar, Eric Nicksick. Thanks to you. Thanks to them. Back tomorrow, same time. Peace. I'm out of here.